Well, hello. I'm Matt. Welcome to the good life. I do a little radio show from my backyard in the Hills Casino. I'm a lucky guy. In fact, I'd say luckier than most. I have lots of friends that I like to call stars. Hey, in fact, there's one now. You probably know Ryan Stiles, Drew Carey Show. Whose line is it anyway? Black Hawk Down?
I wasn't in Black Hawk Down, Matt. That wasn't me, okay? What are you doing here?
The gate was actually open. I thought I'd take a little jacuzzi-roo.
I got company coming over, okay? People that matter, okay? Get up, go.
Bubbles feel so good,
Look,
Ryan.
Matt, you know what? You gotta stop doing this, okay? I can't be coming home with the wife and kids and you're in my tub, okay? Just get out.
I'm not wearing nothing.
Doohickey, you know, the doohickey that rolls.
Hi, this is Meatloaf. Okay, kids, you know what time it is? You know what time it is? It's Outlaw Radio time!
The most imitated radio station in the nation.
I'm through with standing in line for some fun to begin, but I found a good thing leaving me with a grin. It's time for Outlaw Radio to begin.
You have the great Billy Gibbons here? Yeah.
It's very cool.
He just passed out. Yeah. Hey, that didn't sound too bad.
Had to lighten them up loud. Oh, man. We're here with Matt. Oh, yeah. Had to lighten up. Oh, little Outlaw Radio. We're here with Matt.
And he's not fat.
We got all these guys and girls in the house. Let me tell you, that's where it's at. And that's, ladies and gentlemen, Matt Allen. Pass me a gallon.
Dabba 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 da. So you're saying that she's not answering? She what?
That is correct. I am not hearing anything from her.
All right. Yeah.
Ringing and ringing.
Okay. Bring me up a little bit. Bring the music down just a touch. Third week of Tattoo Dave producing the show, and slowly but I didn't ask for applause, but slowly but surely getting up to speed here.
Yeah, maybe.
Well, if those who were supposed to be guests on the show would simply answer their damn phone, we'd be okay. And she was really excited about being on the show today.
Yeah, I got to say, this is not my fault.
Well, you know, there's too much of that. It's not my fault. You know, the funny thing is you'll never hear me say it's not my fault. Because there's always a possibility. Well, no, when it comes to me, no, it's not my fault.
Never.
Yeah.
Man, I'm really low.
Yes, you are, Mart. My brother Mart has always been low. That's Mark C. Boyer and our HR man, Billy Dilly, who sort of decided to be a part of the show today, which is sort of fun. Did anyone see that snow on the Hollywood sign?
Oh.
Snow on the top of the Hollywood sign about a week ago. Midday and flurries on Mount Hollywood in Griffith Park.
It never snows in California.
Yeah, well, it shouldn't. That's why I got the hell out of the Great Pacific Northwest to come here. Are you continuing to try her?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, she was very excited about being on.
Was she drunk when she talked about this?
No, she doesn't drink.
Oh.
I don't think she drinks, and
It's drunk
that's a
talk.
big problem, by the way. Yeah, big fallacy.
You know how that goes when you do drunk talk sometimes. Yeah, I'll be there. I'll do it.
Let me tell you, this gal and her sister, they're twins, and they have great notoriety in Hollywood. They have been in many, many movies, and her sister has been in a ton of movies. But this Nina, she and her sister were in one of the great movies of all time. And how about a novel concept? Why is that? It's just the music sounds way too loud.
Hi.
Do you have me up there, Dave? Do you have me up
Yes,
loud
I
enough?
do.
Okay.
Music's really hot.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like it. All right. Okay, thanks for putting up with us. We'll get this together. I got a lot to get to on the show today. I promise you. I mean, tons of stuff.
He's got her.
Yeah, okay. We'll get to it in just a second. A novel concept. How about we simply dine at restaurants that we like, regardless of sex, color, or religion? I saw this in Yelp, and I check out Yelp on occasion. They're not always right. I mean, you get a lot of millennials or really younger, the Gen Zs, who don't like a place because they found someone rude. They were so rude. Because for some reason, the Gen Zs don't understand sarcasm.
No, they're mean.
Do you, Gen Zs? Do you understand sarcasm? Do you get sarcasm? Yeah, the word is mean.
Mean.
You know, that used to be reserved simply for females, but now guys of the Gen Z age, well, they were just so mean. No, maybe they just thought you were an idiot, or they were being sarcastic. But in Yelp, dine out at women-owned restaurants. That was the headline sent to me in my email, and I say effing frickin' ridiculous. Why not dine at a place that you think would be a great place to dine? Perhaps a place you've never been before, but give it a shot, regardless of race, creed, sex, color, religion. Who cares?
I only go to the Rainbow because it's rockers.
Well, and great food.
No, they have good food too.
Yeah.
That's
Well, they used to have used to have the best deal on a T-bone steak for about $10 with everything, and then the minute they built that joint in Las Vegas.
Yeah.
And by the way, for those of you in other parts of the country, which happens to be most of you, the Rainbow is a joint that's been there on Sunset Boulevard forever.
legendary.
Yeah. Not only that, it's legendary. And they're known for their pizza and great deals. But then they opened up, and there was no reason to open up another one. The only reason that this place exists is because of the location there on Sunset Boulevard in Hollywood. And it's where many a rocker hang out.
Everyone.
Not my cup of tea, but, the times I have been there, I've had a good time. Last time I was there was with, who's that actor dude who is the brother of several, Carradine.
Yeah.
So I went over there with, not Keith.
David.
You know I'm easy.
Not David. David's been dead for a while.
Well,
Yeah, it wasn't David, but it was Robert. Robert Carradine, the dude in the Berserk, the nerd movies. Yeah.
Berserk.
Yeah, whatever.
A bit of that.
And I had fish on my pizza, which is the only way to have pizza. I love that stuff. But
The Rockin' Rainbow.
Anyway,
They blew it by opening the one in Vegas, and
yeah, they did because
Mario.
What they ended up doing was piling all their friggin' money into that joint.
Yeah, well-
and it screwed them because. Who wants to go to the Rainbow in Vegas? Their food isn't that good. It's not something that you would head to the Rainbow to have their food.
And you're not going to run into...
It's not really a superlative. Yeah. Their superlative is it's a rock and roll joint on Sunset Boulevard.
You might run into Slash or Steve Tyler or something. Not in Vegas.
Oh, yay. See, I'm not into that. I'm just not into that.
I'm just saying, here you would, but not in
I
Vegas.
understand.
Marty is.
Yeah. My brother Marty
Hey, man,
is.
I
I rock and roll, man. It's a long way to the top if you want to rock and roll.
That's right.
Yeah. Anyway, dine out at women-owned restaurants. And then, Black History Month, it's dine out at a black restaurant owned by black folks. And I saw a post on one of these pages by this cool black dude who said, is that not racist? Dine at a black-owned restaurant because it's owned by blacks? That was a black dude who said that. Is this not racist? Aren't we ready for this to end? And this is, and I say this because, and obviously I agree with him, but I say no matter who it is. He said, what if a white person said, please dine with us because this restaurant is owned by white people?
Yeah.
He said, could you imagine the hell you'd be in?
They don't understand it. They don't think, these people don't think it's
And
racist.
by the way, women-owned restaurants, women, as Odierna, sort of for the first time in a while, he signed in on my Facebook page. He said they do, and the quote was, they do kind of belong in the kitchen. and I must tell you, Yeah, and the fact that we gave him the vote, that was the beginning of the end for the United States of America.
Wow, you're a pig.
And by the way, barefoot in the kitchen, not necessarily pregnant, but I will ask the question: legs akimbo?
Well, of course.
Yeah, of course. All right, so there.
Misogynist pig.
Yeah. Oh boy, that's a bad way to introduce our guest, who is a female and a beautiful female, a lovely female by the name of Nina. Nina was nice enough to invite me to it's not the new incarnation of FOA, which is Friends of Abe, and I'll explain what that is, but it's sort of a spin-off. Would you be so bold, Nina, as to call it a spin-off? And Nina's not there. Even though I was told Nina was there, Nina's not there.
She hung up.
No, she did not hang up. I promise you that. Yeah. Was that an F word?
No.
By our producer?
No.
Are you sure?
I'm positive.
Okay. All right. Well, let me tell you why you want to hear from this lovely gal. And by the way, could our producer talk a little louder? I mean,
Just turn your mic down when you're talking to her.
no, it's not even his microphone. By the way, it's a learning curve. I understand that. This ain't easy.
So how long do we give him?
Well,
That's the thing.
I will tell you, our producer, Lori Downey Jr., is laughing about this. Yeah, she's getting a kick out of this.
There's got to be a cutoff point. So there really does, man.
Well, what would it be, a month?
4 weeks is enough, man. If you don't get things by 4 weeks, you're out.
Hey, Dave, Tattoo Dave, is she there?
Not yet.
Okay.
You got another week.
All right. Here's why you want to hear from Nina. Because she was one of the snake people, and I sent the video over to Dave and my brother Marty. She was one of the twins who grabbed the snake off of Selma Hayek in the beginning of From Dusk Till Dawn. That scene. And that's who Nina is. So Nina is doing what is required of her as a female, the most important thing to do as a female, and that is simply to what, Mart?
Be hot.
Be hot.
Yeah.
To be hot.
Be hot.
Yeah.
But the way he said it, creepy.
But she's also a great conservative and a lover of America.
That's great.
And that's a reason to have her on the show today.
God bless her. I'd like to meet her sometime.
Yeah, well, it'd be nice to have her on the air. You know, one day Dave is going to figure out how this phone thing works. You know, you make the call, you put it on hold, then you bring her up, and then we speak.
We might have to have a little
you know how a conversation
with us.
I guess I do have to explain how a conversation works. So I speak, then you speak, I speak, and then all of a sudden we're speaking back and forth. Hey, Nina.
The arrow's there.
Yeah. Okay.
Right.
Yeah. Hey, Neenster.
Meester.
Yeah. Okay. Now listen to Nina. Nina, tell me about that scene. Before we get into the important stuff, and some might say this is the important stuff, tell me about that scene in From Dusk Till Dawn. Were you a sort of a fan of snakes before that scene?
Oh, yeah.
So that's a no. You're being facetious here, right?
Oh, no, I was. I actually my sister and I had to train Selma Hayek on how to use snakes and how to work with snakes. She was really afraid of them at that before we got on set.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan. I mean, I don't dislike them, but I am a little afraid. You know,
I understand why, because you have to be very careful when you're approaching them. You have to know when they have eaten. If they have eaten, then I'm not kidding, because if they're hungry, they'll attack whatever looks good to them.
It sounds a lot like a female, doesn't it, Nina? By the way, she's just a little louder, just a little loud, Dave. Nina was kind of. Oh, by the way, was Selma Hayek good broad, good chick?
You know, she seemed to be. I mean, I only worked with her. I mean, when she and I interacted, it was nice. It was great. It was very professional.
Yeah,
that's a no.
So,
yeah,
it was great.
I love the scene. Your sister and your own self, obviously hot as hell. And I will tell you this: after so many years, Nina hasn't gained a pound, still looking hot as hell, and that is your number one. I made this. I went on record just a couple minutes ago, and as I do most every show, making it clear that the number one job for a female, Nina, is to be hot
And stay hot.
and stay hot. That's the number.
Nice.
Yeah. What?
There's nothing wrong with femininity and looking nice. I mean, that's the whole purpose of men attracted to women and vice versa. There's nothing wrong with that. That's how God made us.
Man, can you tell Nina ain't woke? Can you?
Yeah.
You can sniff that one out, huh?
I love her attitude. I love her attitude already, man.
Yeah. So Dusk Till Dawn, that was your one scene, and were you in Mexico performing that, or where did you shoot that scene with a snake?
Oh, no, we shot that right here in L.A.
And your sister went on to she was bitten by the acting bug, and so she does a lot of stuff. And you, you were conservative before your sister or around the same time?
I think I was conservative before her because she was she kind of wanted to, she liked Clinton and I didn't.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like all about, you know what, I want to, let me just sit down with you for a little bit. And it didn't take long to convince her that things were crazy.
Right.
So even just with, with our, I'm just going to say on a little minor thing here, when we were when we shot our videos, we had, the videos, the workout videos that we had done many years ago. Those videos were distributed in a fair market in all over the United States, Canada, many different parts of the world. But when it hit China, the government we were dealing with, they wanted to distribute our material, and they only offered us one tiny flat fee for all distribution rights in perpetuity.
Yeah.
And I said, well, that's not fair. And they said, take it or leave it. They're going to pirate you guys anyway.
Because Nina, it's China and they're communists. It's a lot like YouTube. I mean, we're dealing with the communist fascists.
Well,
here.
Matt, can I go back really quickly?
That's my brother Mark.
My name's Marty.
No, I know where you're going to go. Let me just make it quick.
Can I just tell you something?
Okay, go.
And I know you know. That's what.
Go.
Anyway, she said they're workout videos.
That's where I was going.
Okay, but I was going to go there, so let me go there.
And exactly what I wanted to ask. You were going to ask, how can we find these?
No, I was going to say, can you send one to me?
Wrong.
And I don't even work out.
Wrong. So here's what we want to do.
You see? That's the punchline. I don't even work out when you send one to me, but he wouldn't let me get there. Cool. It's his show.
Mart.
Did you guys know it's his show?
Mart, no matter what anyone says, you, my friend, are a funny guy. Now, here's
if you let me go and it's not stomp me down.
the dealio. How do we find those workout videos? Because I'm sure they're still up there on YouTube and others, maybe even on rumble.com, which is our favorite source for great video streaming of this show, as a matter of fact.
Well, for our videos, you can even just go on our website, and our website is, you just download it and you keep the material forever. It's in a very reasonable price because
so you're selling
they're digital downloads.
Oh, hold on a second, Nita. So, by the way, a great American, that's what great Americans do. They try to make a buck without screwing people over. And I love that about you. But there are no teasers of you and your sister on YouTube sort of work it out a little bit? Not even a teaser?
I don't know, actually.
Well, I think you're doing it wrong. I mean, okay, so how do we find your website, Nina?
Oh, it's bellytwins.com.
Belly Twins?
Yeah, like belly dance, but bellytwins.com.
Love those belly dancers. And you belly dance. You're no stranger to that, right?
Yes, and Bollywood, too.
Okay. Oh, and Bollywood or Bollywood.
Yeah, Bollywood. Bollywood is Indian dance.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I like that
What's
stuff.
not to like, by the way?
That's cool.
Yeah,
Nothing not to like about any of this.
No. I'm telling you, you put your nose around her midsection, she smells like curry. And
Oh my God!
What am I? I'm not even going to ask if I'm wrong because I know I'm not. Let me tell you what Nina, this beautiful Nina, invited yours truly, little old Magic Matt, here on Outlaw Radio, on YouTube and on Rumble.com, and on great radio stations throughout the country. It was sort of I look at it as the next extension, the extension of FOA, which is Friends of Abe. This club of folks who work in Hollywood who are sick and tired of all these woke idiot sticks talking about their love for the left and socialism and liberalism, the things we have to put up with if we're backstage or even front stage in most productions here in Hollywood. So years ago, a club was formed called Friends of Abe, FOA, and it began with Kelsey Grammer was involved, Gary Sinise, and who is the chick from Matt? Are you a caveman? You called a female a chick? Yes, I also say broad.
Everybody loves Raymond.
Yeah, that gal, and what a beautiful gal.
Yeah.
And one of my first parties as a member of Friends of Abe was at Kelsey Grammer's house in Malibu. And that, my friends, was one party to write home about. The folks who are in the industry that you would never pinpoint as conservative would blow your mind. There are more, I'm not going to say more smart people than not in the Hollywood industry, but there are a plenty of them who love America and who do the right thing.
And like you said before about Gary Sinise,
yeah,
he walks the walk, man.
No, he does. No, he loves our military, loves the great USA, much like Nina, who invited me. Do you want to keep this sort of secret? You don't want to give the name of this sort of next edition of FOA, Nina?
Yeah, I think it's better that I don't say anything of where the location is.
Yeah, that's fine. I really wanted you on today for a couple reasons. Kelsey Grammer, I think over the last 48 hours, he says Jesus made a difference in his life, and that's not anything I'll apologize for. That's Kelsey. Nice. How beautiful.
That's great.
He's talking about his new movie, Jesus Revolution, and his own ups and downs with Christianity. He said, I've had hiccups. I've had some tragic times. I've wrestled with those and worked my way through them, sometimes rejecting faith, sometimes rejecting God, even in a period of being pretty angry. But he says, he came back, and he's come to terms with it, and he's found great peace and faith in Jesus. And he said it's not cavalier. Jesus made a difference in his life, and he'll never apologize for it. And that's the great Kelsey Grammer, one of the founders of FOA, and now this spin-off, which we shall not mention the name, but it does take place at a great little burger joint. And Mark, your burger was great, right? At a little dive bar in Sherman Oaks, California.
The place is great.
The food is great there.
This is the real reason why I wanted Nina on with us today. First of all, to thank you for inviting me to this. Second of all, to go on record as saying, I think I was obnoxious as hell that Wednesday night. I think I was so obnoxious to the founder of this new club of conservatives in Hollywood. I think that I was just a loudmouth, obnoxious piece of crap. And I guess what I want to do to you is apologize, Nina.
Why? I didn't even know you were. I didn't know you were being obnoxious. I didn't pay attention to that.
Well, I thought that this was, it was sort of framed differently for me, or maybe it was in my own mind. I thought this was a first, like the first outing of this, but this new offshoot of Friends of Abe has been going on for a few months, right, Nina?
Well, I know that it's been going on for at least a year. I've only been going there for about maybe 5-6 months. Okay. And the dude, which he will remain nameless, real nice guy, sweetheart of a guy, who is a patriot. He and his wife, great people. And when you see him, I simply want you to apologize for me for being an obnoxious a-hole, even though you didn't see it that way. He may look at you and sort of give you the wink like, oh, yeah, I caught that. Okay.
Yeah,
I'll definitely pass that information on to them.
Okay. All right.
Why do you do that, Matt?
What?
Be obnoxious.
I didn't try. I was a couple.
It just comes natural.
I don't know. I was a couple.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I mean, that's how Matt is.
Nina, you do know Matt, don't you?
Yeah, but yet she invites me to stuff. How about that? All right, Nina.
He's a good guy. He's not woke.
Yeah, I am not woke. Nina, I love you dearly, and thank you for spending some time with us. This is one of the good gals from dusk till dawn. Watch the movie with the twins on stage procuring the snake from Selma Hayek. It's this lovely woman and her sister. We'll be this after back on the Big Dog all over the nation on great radio stations and at rumble.com and YouTube.
Like the legend of the Phoenix, all ends with beginnings. What keeps the planet spinning? The force from the beginning. Love. We've come too far to give up who we are. So let's raise the bar and our cups to the stars. She's up all night to the sun. I'm up all night to get some. She's up all night for good fun. I'm up all night to get lucky. We're up all night to the sun. We're up all night to get some. We're up all night for good fun. We're up all night to get lucky. 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 The present has no ribbon. Your gift keeps on giving. What is this I'm feeling? If you wanna leave, I'm with it.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're listening to Outlaw Radio.
The staccato hoofbeats of a golden palomino, carrying a man who fights wherever justice needs a champion.
Magic Matt Allen.
I've discovered something very important for those of you in our audience that eats. A little loud there, Dave. A little loud. Even though I love this song. What is it? Is this that country girl ditty?
Yeah, you girl.
Oh, man.
Walker Hayes.
Hit me! This Walker Hayes, is he a good American or is he one of these woke country stars? Because there are a few of them. Is he a good one or no?
I want to say he's a good one. I don't.
You don't know, though?
I don't know.
I want to say a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Welcome back to Outlaw Radio, Magic Matt's Outlaw Radio on YouTube. You have to punch it in just like that and on rumble.com. Do, 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 as the song slowly fades out. Fry everything, my friends. My brother Mart.
Damn it.
My brother Mart. Mar. Brought over. My brother.
Missing a syllable.
My brother
somewhere.
T. Just call me T.
My brother Mart.
T.
Brought over a deep fryer. Now, in all of my years on this planet, I have never used a deep fryer.
I created an animal.
Oh, wow.
That's what we're hearing.
Did I fall in love with this deep fryer?
Well, Dave, I used it. My mother gifted me this about 6 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
I used it once. I fried some chicken, and I'm like, wow, this thing's cool. I used it once. I put it away, never used it again. I bring it over here. Matt used that stuff. Well, he can tell you.
I have discovered that there does not exist a food product that can't be fried. Including, now I'm talking about deep frying. I deep fried bacon.
Oh, yeah.
Now you think, well, no, you just throw bacon in a pan. You don't need the extra grease.
Yeah.
But I thought to myself, Why the hell not? I bet they do it at fairs in the Midwest, and I want to be one of them. Them good-eating Midwest sort of folks. And so I threw it in there. Oh, it was delicious. And then I didn't cut them all the way through, but I took some sausage and with a paring knife, I cut slits in the sausage, threw that in with the bacon so it would deep fry in the crevices, and then I threw it on some white bread with some mayonnaise and good eating.
Tell me you used some lettuce and tomato.
No, because I didn't have any. But I was so hungry. I think it was poker night. It was last Wednesday here in the Lighten Up Lounge, this 1876 Virginia City, Nevada style bar where we emanate, spitting distance from Hollywood, Cali. It's, if you're watching me right now, then you can see me pointing. It's over there. That's Hollywood, where the miscreants live. But I was so hungry, and it was so delicious, and I think what I'm proving here is that you are listening to a man that has given up.
I told Matt.
I think I have said I'm eating deep fried bacon, deep fried sausage,
deep fried top ramen
on white bread. Yeah, I did. I tried some deep fried top ramen a couple days ago.
Dave,
I thought, what would be wrong with a crispy version of top ramen?
Yeah,
that didn't turn out so well. But everything else, including
Twinkies.
Oh, yeah, anything.
Matt did these chocolate Twinkies. He comes in. He's like a kid in a candy store.
Oh, yeah.
I go, Matt, what the hell? He's like running back and forth.
It's the best.
Going, this is really good. And I say, you know what? I walked in the house for a minute. I go, it's starting to smell like a taco truck in here. Man.
Yeah. Because I don't change out the grease.
No.
And I used to eat fried fish from these funky joints in downtown Los Angeles back in the day when my massively huge, like 300-pound, 350-pound friend, Tommy Arenas, would turn me on to the shoddiest, weirdest joints, and I loved it. And what I discovered is their grease, it sits there for about 40, 50 years. They never change it.
Yeah, I know. Matt kind of tried to justify it. Mark,
no, it ain't going to kill you.
Well, no.
It's so hot.
Well, what's going to kill you is deep fried food. And I said, Matt, you got about a week to live. Yeah. I said,
Mart, okay, I've given up. And the thing is, I'm going to have a good damn time.
Hey,
I'm going to smoke my cigars. I'm going to drink my bourbon. I'm going to eat my big stuff. Oh, I can't wait to deep fry a friggin' porterhouse.
Oh, no. And then Dave, the other night, I was over here and we were hanging out and working on some stuff, and he said, "Oh yeah, I'm going to deep fry some burgers."
Burgers?
I said, what?
Oh yeah. I heard all
so
about it.
he freaking deep fried 2 patties with this melted cheese. It was with onions.
I heard all about it.
It was the best burger I've ever had.
But Dave, this is a learning experience for you. The audience hasn't. See, the audience hasn't heard about it.
No, I understand. But
so the fact that you heard about it, you should just let it go. Listen. It's Radio 101, and for those of you who wanted to get into radio, first of all, don't.
Dave just made a big mistake right there.
Faux pas. No. And I love Tattoo Dave. But how do you learn? And I had this discussion last night over at my buddy Chris Brown's house. We were having a little pizza, having a little antipasto, and a margarita. And I brought this to his attention that I will admit when I'm wrong. It happens so rarely that you'll never hear that being uttered from my mouth. But I will admit it because it's the only way we learn.
Well, you made a public apology.
It's the only way we learn.
You made a public apology today.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool. I've never heard.
Yeah, but did I say I was wrong?
No.
I simply said I was obnoxious.
And I'm sorry for
Mark, where the hell is this going?
Yeah. So I'm trying to think of some of the other things I've done. Oh, anything in the freezer. Anything in a box in the freezer. I found these weird, funky little fish cakes that were shaped like sharks.
So good.
Oh, they were the best because it reminded me of,
Pixie Kitchen.
Must have been 7 or 8 years old. Mm-hmm. There was this joint in Oregon, on the Oregon coast, right off the Oregon coast, called Pixie Kitchen.
Yeah.
And this restaurant served up cod balls, and it was this deep fried, but the cod inside was minced, so it had. How do you explain what it is that's inside there? It's not firm. It's not firm.
No, it's a little mushy, but I'll tell you what, they melt in your mouth, and you put a little tartar sauce.
Yeah.
And you're in, man.
So when I asked the question, are deep fried foods now good for you? Yes, they're good for your psyche. They're good for your mental condition, especially in this day of effing wokeness and these friggin' Gen Zers and these millennials who are all about, what sort of protein? Because, I'll change to protein instead of saying beef or chicken. It's now, what sort of protein do you want in your, what's that really bad Mexican restaurant where they make up the stuff?
Chipotle?
I can't, I hate that place. By the way, until they become a sponsor, I can't stand that place.
They suck.
I had some of the worst friggin' beef at that joint, and I'll never go back.
It's like a Mexican Subway.
But Mart, my brother Mart, you made a statement, they suck, but these Gen Zs love this place.
That's what keeps them open.
But explain to me, because it's tasteless crap, and it's stuff you could easily make at your own home. Oh, they're lazy as hell, aren't they?
Oh, yeah.
These Gen Zers, millennials.
Come on.
Oh, they are lazy.
They don't want to do anything.
And not so much the millennials as the Gen Zers. No, they want everything handed to them.
Yeah.
So that's
They
why.
don't want to work for anything.
Right. I mean, that Chipotle. Do you agree with me, Dave, on that
100%,
Chipotle?
100%.
It just, right?
I've been there once. I'll never go again.
Yeah.
Especially after they got closed down for 2.
Yeah.
E. coli or whatever bacteria they had. Never.
Well, Dave, my concern is that Matt's going to start cutting body parts off and deep frying them because he's going to run out of.
Okay, why would that be a concern? I don't eat human flesh. Yes, Mark C.G. Boyer?
You have 3 ribeyes in the outside fridge.
I do?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Why? How do I have those?
Because you asked earlier on the week.
So he delivered.
Because they were on sale.
Okay, isn't this funny how Mark C.G. Boyer hears these little voices in his head. I never asked him to pick them up. I said
I was here.
I said that's a good deal.
You never asked him to get them.
No, but I never asked him.
So guess what? It's on you this time.
Well, they're in the fridge.
All right. Well, thank you.
No,
Merry
but that's
Christmas.
Going back, let me.
But Mark, I appreciate you thinking of me when it comes to any sort of meaty culinary delight.
And you won't get reimbursed.
Yes, Tattoo Dave.
So going back to the deep fryer, first of all, do you know what the grease is that you're using in there?
Yeah, it's Wesson oil.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
it's good all American Wesson oil. It's
we're gonna have to have a talk.
It's the mother of the Brady Bunch. She was the Wesson gal for many
we're gonna
years.
have to talk. It's very dangerous.
Well, you know what we do on this show, Tattoo Dave?
Okay.
We talk.
Let's talk about it.
So what is it you want
to be using peanut oil?
Yeah.
Which is delicious. I'm a professional deep fryer.
So what about avocado oil?
I don't think it's as good.
Okay.
It's not as good. But the peanut oil, and then be careful when you're throwing frozen stuff in there.
Yeah.
Because that's what sparks the flames.
You said he's going to light the house on fire?
I'm saying that's how accidents happen.
No, man, it's not going to. Dude,
listen,
have you seen the deep fryer?
I hold the lid, and then I just sort of throw them in.
There's a lid, Dave.
Yeah.
I understand.
So I throw them in there, and it's almost like it's playing baseball or one of those arcade games.
Yeah.
Or a Hungry Hippo.
Right.
Just imagine.
You don't want to get bit.
Just imagine a deep fryer. As a Hungry Hippo,
right.
So you open it like the mouth of the hippo, and then you throw it in, boom, and then you close it, and then once you close it, it won't be sparking for long.
That's a good parallel, the Hungry Hippo thing. It really, because it'll bite you.
I got you. I'm just saying there's a danger to it. And
Dave, he's not going to light the house.
No. And by the way, once again, did I not simply seconds ago make the statement that it's over for me?
Oh, boy.
So start the house on fire. I mean, nobody wants that, but if it happens, is that the worst thing that can happen? No, it's not the worst thing.
Could be one of the worst.
Yeah, it could be a bad thing, but not the worst. Yeah. So my advice to you,
Deep fry everything.
my lovely friends, there is nothing. And by the way, on our comments page on both rumble.com and YouTube, please comment on your favorite thing to deep fry, or if you totally think I'm friggin' nuts here, and that deep, and you'd have to be a Gen Zer or someone who's, you know who you are, healthy. I can't stand you healthy people.
Matt brought these
And by the way, I'm no big fatty. Look at me. I'm 6'1", worth the climb, and I'm about 200 pounds. I ain't overweight. But I've only been doing this deep fry everything for about a week.
Yeah.
Matt brought these, Dave, Matt brought these chocolate Twinkies, and he said, I'm going to do these. And so he did them, and he brought them out. And I don't like a lot of sweet stuff.
Oh, they were delicious.
I said, okay, I had 2 of them, man.
They were delicious.
I felt so guilty. I'm like, man, I'm going to die right now.
Yeah.
Are you just putting them in and just guessing?
And by the way,
how
those
long to
things,
keep them there?
those things were in a box in the freezer for at least 6 years.
Well, Twinkies have a lifespan.
Guess what? I'm still here.
Twinkies
That was
have
like a week
lifespan
ago.
of forever.
Oh yeah. Deep fry everything.
There's no expiration date on Twinkies.
No. It's one of those. It's one of those foods that just doesn't matter.
I don't like Twinkies.
Eat them cold, eat them frozen, eat them fried. And by the way, I'm not a big Twinkie fan, but the chocolate version,
deep fried.
Oh hell yeah!
I just feel like I'm going to come here and there's going to be a line out the side, and you're going to be selling deep fried Twinkies for $3.
Hey, not a bad idea.
It's a great idea.
Yeah,
it's a big fair thing.
Remember when I used to be Magic Matt? Those were the days I used to make money. So let's do it. A line out friggin' front. I got no problem with.
We'll have neighbors stop. It's like a lemonade stand, man.
I'm a fan of our police officers. So when they come to shut me down,
give them a free Twinkie.
Have a Twinkie.
No, I'll give them the little $5 handshake. Right? Oh yeah. And before we go to break, because of something that happened, I ran into our producer, Lori Downey Jr., our former producer of Outlaw Radio, who I love dearly.
Need her back.
And I will tell you that. And I'm not going to go into what went down. I may in the next break. In fact, let me save this because I promise you, listen, or your money back. I promise you're going to find this interesting, what I'm about to say. And this will touch anyone who happens to be a living, breathing human being. And don't forget to remind me to mention the drama involved. And I can do this when we return on Magic Matt's Outlaw Radio on YouTube and on Rumble.com. And thank you so much for spending time with us. It certainly is appreciated.
actors, would-be stars, wannabes, and people who just want to hear themselves talk. The demons of decadence, smoking, drinking, and interrupting. Live from an 1876 Virginia City, Nevada-style bar, this is Magic Matt Allen, Outlaw Radio.
This event the other night, on Wednesday night, sort of the offshoot of Friends of Abe. There you go, Dave. Looking forward to meeting some fellow conservatives in Hollywood and showbiz, those of us who are in the business but are sick and tired of the woke a-holes. And so we'll get together and we'll drink and, we'll smoke out back and have a great burger at this joint. I can give the venue. It's called Pineapple Hill in Sherman Oaks, and it's a great little place.
It's a great place.
And it's always been known for great food.
Yeah.
And Mark C.G. Boyer can attest to the fact they make a great burger.
Yeah.
Onion rings, were those pretty good? They look good.
They were.
Okay, they were excellent. Partly cloudy, 72 degrees. And I ran into our former producer, Lori Downey Jr.
I remember her.
Yeah, yeah. She was around for a few years here on the show, and love her dearly.
Boy, we need her back, Dave. Sorry.
But
Dave, I love you, man, but
I will tell you,
I got another week.
I will tell you that this. By the way, Tattoo Dave this week is doing one hell of a job. Unlike the first week where both my brother Mark and Mark C.G. Boyer said, "Oh, you're doing a great job," and he wasn't.
No.
And he wasn't.
Well,
it's like I wanted to ask him, "Are you even trying? Are you even trying this week?"
Well, I need to have a one-on-one.
Okay, let me get to this. Let me get to this point. So I run into Lori Downey Jr., widow of Morton Downey Jr., and we had a nice little conversation, and it was my first haircut in about 6 months. So, I was feeling good, looking good, all right? Looking sort of, Mr. Hollywood without all of the lefty crap that usually goes with that. And sort of hot, if I may be so bold, looking sort of hot, wearing the tight jeans. Everything's out there. Oh, yeah, I could have been a village person that night.
Wow.
Yeah, oh, yeah. And then she kept talking about my ex-girlfriend wanting her to be a friend on Facebook, and we'd already had this conversation, and I told her that I must make you aware that I have no interest in my ex in any way, shape, or form. I mentioned this to her 4 or 5 times the past several weeks. She brings it up again, and that was it. And I had just had it. So I think I was a bit dramatic, and I said, "Oh yeah." I said, "Mark, that's it. We're out." Right? Pretty much that? Yeah. And so Mark, though, being the good soldier, he picked up his keys, and boom, we were gone. So Lori sends me a text the next day. She said, What happened to you? That was a bit dramatic. And I text her back saying, I was like Barbara Hershey in The Stuntman with Peter O'Toole. That scene where she gets really dramatic.
Yeah.
And then she says, thank you. I was a drama king
you won the
that
Academy.
night. Yeah, but, and nobody, and guys, this is true. Nobody can push your buttons like a female in or out of your life, a female that is close to you. No one. Dave, Tattoo Dave?
Agreed.
Right?
Oh, yeah.
They wrote a book on it.
Oh, yes. Yeah. It is a formula. They learn this in bitch school when they're 3 years old and they're sent away. It's like Hogwarts. So in our time, they're only gone for a second and a half, but they are there for 6 months learning all of the ins and outs of being a bitch.
Flying around in brooms.
And one of those important things is that how to push the buttons of a man in your life, because they know how to do it.
Yep.
And they've perfected this.
Pros.
But it hurt my heart that night. And so I will tell you what I wrote to her. And it's simply this. And I even threw it up on my Facebook page. And we'll go to break after I read this.
Okay.
And man, I feel like such an adult and such a mature sort of grown up by writing this, but I read it back the next day, and you know how if you've had a few bourbons or whatever the alcohol is, and you should never text or do any of that crap.
Yeah.
But this time, it worked perfectly because it all made sense the next day. And it's simply this, and something that I hope you'll remember as a good person. I hope you're a good person, either watching us or listening to us on great stations. Sometimes things happen that hurt your heart. You'd like to reach out, but you know that the reference party involved is so myopic that it matters not. Your heart continues to hurt, and there is absolutely nothing that can change this. As the great Frank Sinatra sang, that's life.
doohickey that rolls.
Hi, this is Meatloaf. Okay, kids, you know what time it is? You know what time it is?
Doohickey, you know, the doohickey that rolls.
Hi, this is Meatloaf. Okay, kids, you know what time it is? You know what time it is? It's Outlaw Radio time!
The most imitated radio station in the nation.
I'm through with standing in line for some fun to begin, but I found a good thing leaving me with a grin. It's time for Outlaw Radio to begin.
You have the great Billy Gibbons here? Yeah.
It's very cool.
He just passed out.
Yeah.
Hey, that didn't sound too bad.
Had to lighten them up loud.
Oh, man.
We're here with Matt.
Oh, yeah.
Had to lighten up.
Oh, little Outlaw Radio.
We're here with Matt.
And he's not fat.
We got all these guys and girls in the house. Let me tell you, that's where it's at. And that's, ladies and gentlemen, Matt Allen. Pass me a gallon.
Hey, welcome back, my friendlies. Welcome back to the Big Dog of Broadcasting, known as Outlaw Radio. On our myriad platforms, visually, you'll punch in Magic Matt's Outlaw Radio for Rumble.com and YouTube. The fascists at YouTube still carry us until I call them a fascist one more time. That's really not that's not what triggers them, and I can't tell you what triggers them. Otherwise, they'll be triggered, and then this show will be removed from YouTube. See how that works? But the last several weeks, I forgot to tell you, would you please subscribe to our YouTube channel and subscribe and or follow us on Rumble.com. Follow us. Let's build those things. It's very important to the analytics. Rumble.com and the YouTube channel, punch in Magic Matt's Outlaw Radio. It has to be specific because, especially on YouTube, they make it really difficult to find us. It turns out we're not really on the same page politically. Can you imagine?
Weird.
Yeah, it is weird. Couple questions before I get to the nuts and bolts of this show today. How did we ever get the nickname Dick out of Richard? Anyone? Do you have my mic up there where I asked you to, up to the tape?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay. All right. There's just checking. Yeah, that doesn't make any sense to me.
Because we have Uncle Dick.
Uncle Dick.
And his name, and he used to hate that. Don't call me Dick. It's Richard.
But you get to a certain age where it's like, okay, who cares? Yeah, call me Dick.
I mean, but Richard and Dick kind of, I don't know. I
No.
never thought about
Rick,
that.
Dick. How do you get Dick out of Richard? Oh, okay, well, okay. Forget what I just posed. But I mean, no, it's a. There you. Well,
I don't know, Richard.
The good news is Billy Dilly was off mic just then, and we saved ourselves a post bleep edit. So I appreciate that. And I recall one of my responses in a job interview so many years ago. I was just a kid, and I wanted the job, believe it or not. But the dude says, "Do you work well with others?" And I said, "I work well with others as long as they're not idiots." and
good answer. I mean,
right?
If I'm a CEO or I'm interviewing you, I would have said, "Okay, you're hired."
Yeah. Well, not in this day and age. No. Oh my God. No. Yeah, if you're going in for a job interview, just say, "Yeah,
kiss
yes,
ass.
sir, yes, ma'am."
Yeah, that's the end of the interview.
Except none of these kids want to wake up before 10 o'clock in the morning.
No.
You know, they have their Starbucks to visit and their double latte. Hey, here's a dude that I've always liked his music. He and his brother, and then they had a little squabble, and I guess I don't know if they get along now. It doesn't really matter, but I certainly liked the band Oasis. They had some really good stuff, and man, it goes back 25 years now.
At least.
Isn't that incredible? Yeah. Where does all the time come from? I mean, soon you're going to wake up and be my age. Wow. Right. This guy, I am now a huge fan of Noel Gallagher. He calls non-binary Sam Smith, but he says the word. Obviously, I can't because we're on great terrestrial radio stations throughout the country, but he calls non-binary Sam Smith an effing idiot. And he goes on to say pop stars today are effing, but he uses the word idiots. Former Oasis rock and roller Noel Gallagher has hit out against Sam Smith misgendering the non-binary singer and calling Smith an effing idiot. It was an interview with a Dutch radio station, Kink, K-I-N-K. Noel Gallagher referred to Smith as a him while speaking about the state of pop music. Music has become quite fractured, and chart music is dominated by pop. Pop is all right if the pop stars are cool. Sadly, Noel says, the pop stars of today are effing idiots, he said. When asked to choose who the biggest idiot is, he replied, Sam Smith. Oh. Look at him. By referring to Smith as him, Gallagher was misgendering the singer, who identifies as gender non-binary or gender queer and uses they/them pronouns. Sam Smith recently appeared at the Grammy Awards in a Satan-inspired performance of his single Unholy, in which he dressed as the devil and engaged in BDSM-style dance moves.
Saw it.
Later, and what did you throw up a little in your mouth, Tattoo?
Yeah, it was unbelievable that they aired it and allowed it.
Yeah. Later in the evening, Smith won a Grammy with transgender co-writer Kim Petras. Back in 2019, Smith declared that he is neither male or female, but instead is somewhere in between. I've sometimes sat and questioned, do I want a sex change? It's something I still think about.
Give it up for yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do I want to? I don't think it is. Sam Smith told feminist personality Jamila Jamil what I mean, we can make fun of a lot of stuff, but you know, I mean, it's got to be a made-up name for showbiz, right?
Come on, man.
Jamila Jamil. When I saw the non-binary gender queer and I read into it and I heard these people speaking, I was like, that is me. That's Sam Smith talking, and God bless you, Noel Gallagher.
You know, and it goes a little deeper, too. I mean, that performance on the Grammys, there's kids watching the Grammys.
Absolutely, Dave. I agree with you.
These devil disciples, whatever they were that were dancing, were all men dressed as, you know, it was...
You know why? Because these type of people, I truly believe, are kind of Satanists, and they don't believe in God, and they don't believe in America. They don't believe in God. They hate America.
But if you don't believe in God, how can you believe in Satan? Right? I mean, it sort of goes hand in hand. Yeah.
And this Sam Smith, I've never liked him.
No.
He's always bothered me.
Somebody close to me has always said, "Oh, he's so cute." Sam Smith.
What?
Yeah, I don't know.
Who
cares? Well, you know it's a female. And by the by, you said they were all guys dressed as Satan out there on stage.
dressed as...
Anyone who knows that if Satan exists, Satan is a female.
100%.
Yes, we know that.
Oh my goodness.
This ain't a gray area, my friends.
Man.
And I don't want to
no.
I don't want to come off as a female hater because I'm not. I covet females. I covet the vagina. That's why I'm worth nothing today.
We all do.
Because I covet that, but females do not covet the penis. It's as simple as that. So are the sexes completely diametrically opposed, different? Yes. Yes, our sensibilities are completely different.
Matt, let me give you a quick example of...
This is my brother Mart.
Of females being Satan. If there's a Satan, it is a female, because there's circumstances where not only me, but my friend has seen the same thing happen. I've been with a woman where I'll wake up the next morning and I roll, and her eyes are wide open and they look black.
But she's asleep.
And my buddy went through the same experience, and he said she got her fingernails started like scratching my back. She got a little deeper and deeper. Yeah. And I had a chick put a cigarette out on my stomach, go, "Oh, I thought it was the ashtray," and she burnt the hell. I still got the scar from 20 years ago.
You know, she knew it was your stomach.
Exactly, she did.
No, they're nasty little creatures. Evil. And by the way, if you're a heterosexual male, as I can speak for most of us in this bar, we are. Then it's a necessary. I hate to say evil, and because it sounds as though I'm throwing females under the bus, and I guess I am a little bit. But if you're a broad, if you're like a really cool chick, and that's the other thing, though. When you first meet, many times when you first meet a female and you want her in your life because she's attractive and you're cut from the same page and you have the same sort of similar thoughts, even though you're never quite sure, because females are taught to have that conversation where all of a sudden they're agreeing with everything. But I love that too.
That's why they're the best actors.
Yes, and then you discover that, well, they didn't like that. The things they said they liked about you are the things that they end up hating about you.
Yeah, everything at the beginning is all like smoke and mirrors.
But what you'll find time and time again in a relationship, the beginning of a relationship, or say a first date. The female will tell you, I'm not like the other female.
Oh, of course.
They will all tell you that. I'm not like the other ones.
They have their best face on.
Because the weird thing about it is females know who they are. See, they know who they are. We're being males, we're simpletons. We are simply guys who, if we're heterosexual males, we love engaging in some enjoyment sexually with a female.
And
we love having a big ass steak. Love fried chicken, a cigar, some bourbon, maybe a perfectly made gin martini. And that's, we're simple.
Here's how simple we are.
Yeah?
Here's how simple we are. We like an upskirt shot. Just give me a glimpse of those panties.
Okay, that's my brother Mart, and I want you to know that came from him. That's not us. We don't really think that way a little bit, but not as Mart just stated that. I guess I'm back.
Yeah, you're back.
But yeah, that's my brother Mart.
Well, that's how simple we are.
I'll tell you what. My good buddy of mine said, you know what? My wife told me before we got married that I didn't like sports and don't like smoking pot anymore.
Is that right?
She let me know.
Yeah, but the marriage ensued anyway.
Right.
Yeah, and once again,
and 3 kids later.
Once again, proving guys are stupid.
We're just,
and we are, and I
completely agreed. Yeah.
Again, I'm the first one to admit it. When it comes to sex and/or relationships or both, we are stupid idiots.
It's amazing. In the beginning of the relationship, it's okay. What you do?
Oh, yeah.
I love what you do.
No, they don't.
Smoke that cigar. Blah blah blah. Now it's get the heck out of the house.
Yeah.
What do you stink?
Yeah. And by the way, I think in most females' minds, we do stink.
Yeah.
Packers star slams Jimmy Kimmel after he suggests Aaron Rodgers has brain damage for wanting Jeffrey Epstein client list. See, he simply he can't wait for this list to be out there because he believes that there are some damning names on there that will come back to roost and bite them on the ass. And this is that, oh God, I can't stand this guy. Jimmy Kimmel, who was a failed disc jockey and somehow lucked out over Adam Carolla, who really truly was the brains of the operation. Between Jimmy and Adam, when they were doing that Man Show, Adam Carolla is one of the smartest, most intelligent dudes on the planet.
And hysterical.
Clever, creative, funny as hell. Kimmel is up there with Ryan Seacrest as one of the luckiest guys in showbiz.
Kimmel wrote his coattails.
Yeah,
for a long time.
but look what Kimmel's got, a friggin' gazillion-dollar gig. He gets to do it from, and if you don't think that when I'm at Musso and Frank's in Hollywood, California, and I'm looking at that friggin' theater with his name on it, it does piss me off. It does, because as folks in the know have mentioned to me, and no, they're not kissing my butt, Matt, that should be you. But never say never, my friends, and never give up. Never give up. Never fry every food and just say, I give up, and eat nothing but fried food. Okay, I guess I have given up. This is that idiot stick on his show, Jimmy Kimmel. This is cut 162. Have it all the way to the top there, Tattoo Dave. And he's talking about Aaron Rodgers and talking about Jeffrey Epstein. And listen it only takes you a couple seconds to understand what a dumb bolt this Jimmy friggin' Kimmel is. Here we go.
Recognize my voice? You might.
Okay.
It's not. That's the number. It's the wrong number.
That was Eddie Money.
Really?
Yeah. I have 162 in.
How did that happen?
Don't know.
Hold on a second. Hold on. I'll find it.
It's got to be Dave's fault.
Definitely not.
Okay, punch in Kimmel, Kimm. Boy, this is a well-oiled machine, my friends.
It is.
Yeah. We'll get the bugs out, and then you'll be so happy. There'll be a smile.
And by the way,
smile from ear to ear.
Adam Carolla's doing pretty damn well himself.
Oh no, he's kicking. He's got. I think it's the #1 podcast.
Yes, it is, and he's fantastic. And thank God, and he's making some.
No, I love him.
Making some capital.
I love the dude,
good,
man.
Yeah.
Okay, so Kimm.
Got it.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Here we go.
Needless to say, all this UFO talk has the tinfoil hatters going wild, including Green Bay whackpacker Aaron Rodgers, who offered this hot take on the Pat McAfee show.
I believe that this has been going on for a long time. Interesting timing on everything. There's a lot of other things going on in the world. Did you hear about the Epstein client list about to be released too?
What's that? What are you talking about?
There's some files that have some names on it that might be getting released pretty soon.
Bill Clinton much?
Might be time to revisit that concussion protocol, Aaron.
No.
No, that's Jimmy Dumbass Kimmel.
And by the way, Matt, Aaron Rodgers, people don't like him. A lot of people don't like him because he finally came out a couple of years ago.
Oh, yeah.
Screw all this crap.
Yeah.
Screw the role.
Yeah, he's had it with a
He's one of the
crap.
best quarterbacks in the league, and he's like, I don't care anymore.
Green Bay and the Pat McAfee show, there's another one I give kudos to. That guy does a great job. He does a great job. That's a great show. It's an excellent show. Green Bay Packers star David Bakhtiari slammed Jimmy Kimmel after he suggested the Green Bay Packers quarterback Aaron Rodgers has brain damage and a conspiracy theorist for wanting the names on Jeffrey Epstein's client list. How is that? How does that make any sense whatsoever to anyone?
None.
That he wants it out there because he believes that there will be some names on there that will damn some people. Needless to say, all this UFO talk has the tinfoil hatters going wild. How are they tinfoil hatters, Jimmy friggin' Kimmel? Because they're not lefty woke pieces of no talents like you, Jimmy? Is that why? Kimmel then played a clip of Rodgers, which we just heard. Offensive tackle David Bakhtiari hit back at the host. He says, tell me you're on the Jeffrey Epstein client list without telling me you're on the Jeffrey Epstein client list. That's what he said. Last year, during an interview with Joe Rogan, the quarterback revealed how the NFL threatened players by holding their jobs hostage unless they got vaccinated against the, I'm not going to say the word because I don't want us to be blown off the air on YouTube, but against the Chinese you-know-what. Rogers also slammed the NFL for virtue signaling over it starts with a V, ends with an E, but it's a thing that gets injected into your body. I'm not going to say that either. And said that the league, isn't it incredible what the hoops we have to jump through in order for our show to stay on YouTube?
It's free speech.
Isn't it? Yeah, I got your free. Not there, man. And said the league sent out stooges to force compliance. Look how righteous our league is. We have 95% compliance with the, starts with a V. It's what you inject in your body. He scoffed. If you don't, we're going to send a stooge to your team to show you graphs of your V word percentage of your team compared to the rest of the league, which actually happened. They really did that to shame you in to getting that shot. I guess I can say shot.
And imagine what happened in my business.
And God bless. What?
Yeah, it's. I guess the same thing in Tattoo Dave's, where he's a Teamster, the biggest union in the history of unions. That's a strong union, but he works in the showbiz industry.
Yeah, I'm a radio producer now, but
no, you're not yet. You're not yet.
What, he hasn't proven himself?
Nope.
Yeah,
I'm working on it. Come on.
Okay,
but I gotta tell you a story though.
But no, you don't. But you're saying the same. Well, is it on topic here?
Yes.
It's the same thing that is happening in the NFL to so many sects, so many businesses. And what happened in yours?
I got a phone call today.
Okay.
Because when I had the stuff, I had the thing.
You had the
when
thing.
It first came out.
The needle. You had the needle.
220. No, not the needle.
Oh,
the thing that requires the needle.
Okay. Oh, okay. Yes.
And
right.
I got called today by the Public Department of Health asking me if I wanted to schedule my appointment to be the V word.
Wow.
Are you kidding me?
And what did you tell them?
I said, no, don't ever call me again.
Excellent.
Exactly like that.
And see, you know what? You're not, Dave. The thing is, you're not doing the wrong thing, and Aaron Rodgers isn't doing the wrong thing.
Well,
Aaron
now
Rodgers is just simply speaking the truth.
Yes.
Saying, this is enough crap.
And now lawsuits coming down left and friggin' right for those of you. I mean, from pilots. I mean, some of the great pilots of all time, and they refused to get it.
Yeah, they say so they're fired.
And they said, screw it, so they're fine. We're talking lawsuits that will
it's going to be bad.
They will continue for the next several years.
Oh, yeah.
I got a lot on Whoopi coming up, and Joe Rogan blasting CNN over the C word, you know, that 19 thing that happened 3 years ago.
China.
Reporting they lost an F-load of credibility. And I'll get to that in mere seconds. But first, Whoopi Goldberg. Whoopi Goldberg says politics got in the way of looking for truth on the C-word lab leak theory. Whoopi, Trump was right. Say it, Whoopi. Trump was right. Let those words trickle out of those Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle lips of yours, Whoopi Goldberg.
Never, ever.
Trump was right.
Get out of my vagina. Get out of my behind.
He was one of the rare, one of the few, and certainly one of the first to go on record as telling us the bottom line, in his opinion, where this thing began.
Yes.
He was the man. So Whoopi and her quote, politics got in the way of looking for truth on the C word lab leak theory. Trump was right.
Yes.
How else can you frame her quote without making that statement?
Well, there's no way in hell she's going to make that statement because she's an idiot, but
wouldn't it be nice? I'll tell you what, you know, our buddy, one of my favorite people on the right these days is, what's his name?
Mahar.
Yeah, Mahar. Bill Mahar, one of my favorites. He's a pragmatist. He will look at things from a pragmatic viewpoint and conceptualize a concept that is simply black and white. It's like, well, if this happens and that happened, then it equals this. But a Whoopi is dumb as a mud fence. And wouldn't it be nice if this Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle looking Whoopi Goldberg could at least cop to the fact that a certain, I'm not even going to say the word again because we'll probably already get banned on YouTube because of this, but the T word, you know, red hat guy.
Wow.
Right?
Why are we...
Who knows?
Yeah, so censored. But
in fact, my mic is censoring me.
Yeah.
Do you see what's going on here?
Oh yeah, there's some conspiracy.
It's a
going on.
conspiracy.
Oh, hell yeah.
Let's call Aaron Rodgers, man. He'll tell you.
Yeah. All right. We're going to break right now. But when we return, Joe Rogan blasts CNN over, I'll tell you what that's about. And Woody Harrelson blasts Hollywood over the C-word protocols in the New York Times. He simply says, let's be done with this nonsense. I had him on my show years ago.
He's
Woody
awesome.
Harrelson.
Yeah.
I've always liked the guy.
He's great.
I've always appreciated the man. Great
Is he a good guy? Is he a good?
He's a good guy.
Is he one of the good ones?
Yeah, but he's still, he's still sort of and we'll get into this, but he's an anarchist.
He wants to work.
But I understand that.
On my end, he's a POS. I'll just tell you.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
So you've had run-ins with him?
Oh, yes.
Oh, no kidding.
Yes.
All right. Okay. And
You got a minute if you're,
no, we don't.
Okay.
So let's go to break right now. And then Tim Robbins, one of the classic lefties of all time, backs Woody Harrelson on opposing the Hollywood V mandates. He says, time to end this charade. And I have a thought on why this is happening. Why the left are starting to eat their own. This will make sense to you. Why? Because you are intelligent people. We'll be this after back on the Big Dog of Broadcasting, Outlaw Radio.
We stand for fun. We stand for great cigars. We stand for the perfect martini. And we stand
why is
for
my
the
mic up?
American flag. We are Outlaw Radio with Magic Matt Allen. We stand for fun. We stand for great cigars.
I've been putting
We
it up
stand for
after
the
I turn
perfect
on.
martini. And we stand for the American flag. We are Outlaw Radio. We stand for fun. We stand for great cigars. We stand for the perfect martini. And we stand for the American flag. We are Outlaw Radio with Magic Matt Allen.
It was a night. Oh, do you hear that? Do you hear that cough? That's COVID. I get it 3-4 times a week. I'm going to stop after that. I'm not giving any remedies. Welcome back to the Big Dog of Broad Chasing, meant to say casting Outlaw Radio with Magic Matt. But don't punch it in that way in YouTube or rumble.com because you won't find us. It has to be, it's specific to Magic Matt's Outlaw Radio. That's the way you find us. And they make it extremely difficult to discover us on YouTube. Rumble.com, a much better platform for those who are freedom-fighting fanatics and who believe in truth. So there you have it. Boy, that was smooth.
Well, no, that's what I said.
Boom. I was trying to be, but it's
that's
just...
what I said, Matt.
What?
I gotta teach me how to lower pots in a kind of a nice, gentle way, because he's really just.
Well, you have been going down and down, and then all of a sudden,
you know, Dave has
sausage fingers.
Yeah, he does. He has sausage fingers.
Yeah.
And that's why I was before the show started. I said you got to be gentle.
This is me walking out.
Yeah. Yeah, that's Tattoo Dave, and this is Joe Rogan, who is blasting CNN over the C word, and it ends with a D. Is everybody understanding where I am on this?
19.
Yeah, reporting they lost an F-load of credibility. Joe Rogan has blasted this network for its reporting during the 19, it starts with a P, telling guest Russell Brand that the network lost an F-load of credibility. It was another episode of the podcast. Joe Rogan referred specifically to CNN's decision to frame the thing, that drug that starts with an I and ends with an N.
Poke.
What?
The poke.
No, it's but I'm not going to say it because the restrictions.
Sick.
Man, welcome to the new United States of America.
Can we just kick ourselves off YouTube?
Oh, they'll do it for us, and they have before. Anyway, Rogan took to battle the C word and touted on his podcast as a horse dewormer, when in fact the medication has been used by humans for decades.
Yes.
Now that's just. Oh, we'll probably get in trouble for that.
Yeah, it's over.
They were calling that the horse thing to try and mock me because they knew that I was V-worded, and I kicked the C word very quickly, and they did not want that narrative out there, he said, and they were beholden to their handlers. They were beholden to the people that give them exorbitant amounts of money and advertising revenue, and they effing followed in line, and they all piled on, and they lost an F-load of credibility from it. Rogan also called out CNN's decision to alter his appearance on television. This I find sort of interesting if it's true. They said they changed my filter and turned me yellow on television. Like they took the original video of me and ran it through a filter to make me look horrible. Now
Rogan said that?
Yeah, I haven't seen this damn thing, but
if he says it, I believe it just because he's a very truthful guy.
Well, yeah, but okay. They did some wild S, but that wild S that they did cost them their credibility. Last year, CNN's chief medical correspondent, Dr. Sanjay Gupta. Now, if I give my opinion regarding him, do we get knocked off the...
Come on, man. I mean...
Do I follow that up with talking about a doctor who toes the line? I guess I can get away with that. Does it bother you that the news network you work for out and out lied? Remember when Rogan asked Gupta that and just outright lied about me taking a horse, you know what, Rogan asked Gupta, and Gupta replied, and I appreciate the fact that he couldn't cover anymore, and he said they shouldn't have said that. That's what the good doctor said. They shouldn't have said that. Woody Harrelson blasts Hollywood C-word protocols in the New York Times, and I thought of Tattoo Dave on this because he works for the industry, movie sets and television shows. He's a big part of, without him, there may not be SWAT, you know, that new SWAT. And by the way, that TV show is kicking ass. I mean,
it's doing pretty well.
How many seasons now?
We're on season 6.
That's pretty damn
And
good.
by the way, they could work without Dave.
See, this is why it's rare to find someone that likes my brother, Tattoo Dave. Are you figuring?
That's like.
Are you figuring this out now?
Are you?
Well, Dave, you're not that important.
I figured
man.
this out the day one.
You're not that.
Woody
damn
Harrelson
important.
ripped into Hollywood's C-word protocols in an interview with the New York Times. Unlike a lot of Hollywood activists who went from anti-war to pro-war with Ukraine, from anti-censorship to pro. Oh, and then it goes to the stolen dogs were returned a couple days later. Okay, that's just not the same story.
Went back to Gaga.
Hold on. I'll get to it. I know it's here somewhere. Okay, so what Woody is now Woody Harrelson, because he's pretty much a big old liberal. He's remaining consistent to what he calls his anarchist belief structure, and he's calling these people by their real names woke fascists. And he said, from my body, my choice to anti-choice. With these, and then there's a certain country involved, and then there's a certain thing that we as children, did we not get the flu? And and protocols and mandates and so on.
Do you remember, Matt, back in the 60s?
What?
Well, maybe when we were little
I was
kids,
a little kid in the 60s.
No.
Yeah.
But I remember a school, I think it was in Washougal.
Hold on, isn't Marty younger than you?
I think it was Washougal, Washington.
Yeah.
And the booster, they would line us up in a line in the gymnasium and shoot us with this huge thing. And we still have the scar.
Yeah.
That's why you kind of know what circle you're from if you have that scar. And they would
That's the
inject
tuberculosis, right?
Well, no, it was for everything. It was for smallpox, TB. It was that machine.
See, I thought I had a real bad teacher because it wasn't a lineup for me. I was in a classroom by myself. It was after hours, and the teacher shot me in my ass.
Oh boy!
And I just thought that should.
Did you like it?
No. And I thought, well, I should let my parents know. But boy, he made it clear, don't tell your parents.
Oh,
so
man.
yeah, after all these years,
Me too.
Yeah. While discussing his upcoming movie Champions with the Times, Woody Harrelson seemed eager to share his opinion on the absurdity of these ongoing I'm not going to say it, but it starts with, if I spell it, will the analytics catch this? SCIE, and then do the math. Protocols, blah 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 blah. But Woody Harrelson, who is a bona fide friggin' liberal, and he's had it up to here, and the man that is more left than anyone in the business, Tim Robbins, backs Woody Harrelson in opposing the Hollywood VMs. Does that make it clear enough? Do you think? Right? Time to end this charade. Hollywood star Tim Robbins, who is a big, loudmouth lefty. He's one of those white guys that you just want to smack upside the head, because I can't, more than any other sect, whether it comes to religion or color, it's these white a-holes. This on the Upper West Side, and those Connecticut born and raised with their stupid shirts around their shoulders.
Tie their sweatshirts. Right? We're going to play tennis today.
Oh, we love the blacks. We think they're downtrodden and they're full of crap. And they're talking out of both sides of their
Buffet.
Yeah. Well, Tim Robbins has backed Woody Harrelson's opposition to the mandates and the other set of protocols, saying it's time to end this charade.
Even that guy.
And I'll tell you what, Tim Robbins, he's great in The Player. I just saw that movie.
Oh, no, he's a brilliant
ago.
actor.
He was tremendous in Shawshank. I mean, what a great actor. Married
Susan Sarandon.
Oh, man,
come on.
God, as a heterosexual male, you do enjoy that sweater meat.
Well, hold
do
on.
you not?
Matt, the movie.
Do you not?
Yeah, the movie Bull Durham with Susan. Oh,
I guess we are pigs. I guess we are sort of piggish. But are we pigs, or are we simply males that enjoy the female form?
Well, Matt,
We are supposed to be doing this.
If you haven't seen Susan Sarandon in Bull Durham, there's a kitchen scene, and they do the shots on purpose. She's bent over in the kitchen, and it's just lovely.
Okay, Mart, I'll give you a better scene. In The Tempest. The great Billy Shakespeare, it was, sort of a reinvention of The Tempest. The tome turned into a play, turned into a movie.
Talk about
several
David
times.
Lynch.
And The Tempest with Molly Ringwald and Raul Julia and God, I can't remember the dude's name, but one of the greatest actors and director, Cassavetes, not the son, and he's turned into a tremendous director his own self, but Cassavetes and Susan Sarandon is in this movie, and the beach scene when they're on the beach and she's wearing nothing but a wife beater.
She does that in
in Bull Durham too.
And getting down there and knocking the water up to
Thelma and Louise.
Oh, please.
How about the Rocky Horror Picture Show where she almost came from?
I got to tell you, Tattoo Dave, she's one of my faves.
Yeah. She's a firecracker hot.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
Wow.
Love her.
Okay.
Love her.
Tim Robbins backing Woody Harrelson and going against the grain on the V mandates. I'll tell you what this is. This is NIMBY. This is NIMBY. This is not in my backyard, meaning that it's now hurting his income. It's now encroaching into his bank account because he's not able to work the way he was, and that's why he's saying it's time to end this charade. It's not in my backyard. All of a sudden it rears its ugly head in their backyards, and the minute you start taking food out of their mouth
they change
and
their position.
money out of their pocket, you bet, because they're liars and they're full of crap. And that's Tim Robbins. And speaking of hypocrites and pieces of crap, Jon Stewart says he was smeared as racist over the lab leak theory. You remember former comedian Jon Stewart?
Oh, yeah.
Expressing
Daily, right? Or Daily.
Yeah, hypocritical concern over how absolutes and litmus testing limit political debate. Well, remember Johnny expressing his opinion, much to the dismay of his woke lefty dip-ass buddy Stephen Colbert?
Yes.
I'll just play, because I only have a couple minutes here.
Yeah.
You have it, 9:66.
Here we go.
Okay, and I'll play. Get ready to stop and start this. I think we have about 2 minutes. Is that about right? Somewhere in there, 2.5.
quite.
Yeah, 2.5 will work. Go. This is Jon Stewart on the Stephen Colbert Show.
How do you feel about the science now, though?
So I will say this. I honestly mean this. I think we owe a great debt of gratitude to science. Science has, in many ways, helped ease the suffering of this pandemic, which was more than likely caused by science.
Oh, yeah.
And that's kind of...
Hold on a second.
No.
No.
Listen.
It's coffee. I wouldn't do that to you. I wouldn't do that to you.
See,
his
buddy Colbert doesn't like this.
There's a chance that this was created in a lab. There's an investigation.
A chance?
Well,
oh my
if there was
God.
evidence, I'd love to hear it. I
There's
just don't know.
a novel respiratory coronavirus overtaking Wuhan, China.
Right.
What do we do? Oh, you know who we could ask? The Wuhan novel respiratory coronavirus.
All right.
The disease.
Yeah. Right. Was okay. And after that, he quickly returned to form as a good dog, a good lefty dog, advocating for the surgical mutilation of little kids to appease his trans god. So, yeah. So, of course, he changed because of the backlash. he received from his constituents who couldn't believe that Jon Stewart was now one of them right-wing fanatics. You know what a right-wing fanatic is? As it turns out, someone that believes in the truth.
Yeah.
Someone that happens to be a pragmatist. Got a lot to get to when we return on Outlaw Radio.
Your time is up. You took a sip from the devil's cup. You broke my heart. There's no way back. Move right out of here, baby. Go pack your bags. Just who do you think you are? Stop acting like some kind of star. Just who do you think you are? Take it like a man, baby, if that's what you are. 'Cause I'm moving on up. You're moving on out. Moving on up. Nothing can stop me. Moving on up. You're moving on out. Time to break free. Nothing can stop me. They brag a man has walked in space, but you can't even find my place. There ain't nothing you can do, 'cause I've had enough of me, baby, being part of you. Just who do you think you are? This time you've gone too far. Just who do you think you are? Take it like a man, baby, if that's what you are. 'Cause I'm moving on up. You're moving on out. Moving on up. Nothing can stop me. Moving on up. You're moving on out. Time to break free. Nothing can stop me. Moving on up, moving on up, moving on up. Moving on up, moving on up, moving on up. Moving on up, moving on up, moving on up. Moving on up, moving on up, moving on up. Moving on up, you're moving on out. Moving on up, nothing can stop me. Moving on up, you're moving on out. Time to break free. Nothing can stop me. Moving, moving, moving. Never wanted to dance with nobody not you.
This is Outlaw Radio.
Very good chance that this last hour, the final hour of Outlaw Radio, will be your favorite. I know it's going to be mine because I'm finally no holds barred when it comes to Greta Thunberg. I've handled her with kid gloves.
How dare you?
And I'm at the end of my rope with this broad because she's on the spectrum, so we give her extra care. And if she weren't on the spectrum, this little chick would never have garnered the publicity and the notoriety that she has over the last several years. And that's the honest to God truth. If she weren't on the spectrum, she would just be another loudmouth activist.
I want to go to news, Daddy.
But because she's on the spectrum, then all of a sudden, well, you gotta be careful. Enough of this being careful crap.
No.
I've had it. I have had it.
Doesn't matter her age or anything. She's an idiot.
Yeah, by the way, she's got to be 23 now or 22, she's somewhere
young.
in there.
It's amazing. She's young.
Yeah,
And she's stupid.
Yeah.
That's not so amazing.
Anyway, I'll get into that, and I'll also get into my least favorite lefty of all time, Bryan Cranston, in one of your favorite TV shows, Breaking Bad. But this guy is a super idiot,
And a great actor.
So, yeah, okay, and
I'm just saying, and a great actor.
Who cares? I don't care anymore. I don't care. If you're an idiot stick, you're an idiot stick.
There comes a point when it just doesn't matter.
It just,
right? Just doesn't matter.
I'm just so I'm tired of these people. Why can't they shut the F up about politics? Now, you may be saying to yourself, well, Matt, why can't you? Well, then you'd hear this. So, see, we have to discuss these things, otherwise there is no show.
Oh, there is a show.
But with an idiot like Bryan Cranston, his job is to read lines from a paper that he's memorized. It's a fantasy land, which is why most of these actors, right over there, man, in that swill called Hollywood, we are 10 minutes away where we emanate here in the San Fernando Valley of Los Angeles. And they live in a fantasy world, and wouldn't that be great if that happened to be reality? The problem is, it is a massive detriment to the great United States of America, because the facts will simply point out that, well, even though they say, but wouldn't it be great, though? But wouldn't it be nice?
Right.
Yes, it would be nice. No war, kumbaya, peace.
My son does that to me, Matt, and it's like, well, Dad, world peace. I said, Michael, you're not thinking with a straight head. I said, son of a gun, man. No, there's.
I've seen his head. It's pretty straight.
Is it a straight head?
But this John friggin' Stewart, he talks about the larger problem, because when he made that statement, and he was being factual about this, starts with a C and then there's a 19 in there, and the origin of that happening and where it came from.
I'm glad I gave it a beat, because I was about to say, wait a minute.
Because he was being honest with Stephen Colbert. Colbert really pissed about the fact that his buddy was finally seeing the light. Yep. And so he says the larger problem with all of this is the inability to discuss things that are within the realm of possibility without falling into absolutes and litmus testing each other for our political allegiances as it arose from that. This is all coming from the pie hole of Jon Stewart. He says, my bigger problem with that was that I thought it was a pretty good bit that expressed kind of how I felt. And the two things that came out of it were, get ready, after his record-grabbing, telling the truth on Stephen Colbert, he said, I'm a racist against Asian people, and how dare I align myself with the alt-right. Well, yeah, can you imagine? Hey, over here, Jon Stewart, over here. Listen to me, Magic Matt, here on Outlaw Radio. Listen to me. John, can you imagine how awful it must be to express a reasonable opinion only to find yourself attacked as a racist? Gosh, can you imagine such a thing happening? Do you see, us conservatives, not necessarily Republican or Democrat, but conservative people who love America, who are pragmatists, who see things in black and white and not shades, that happens to us every stinking day. And it's nice that you got a big friggin' face full of that, Jon Stewart, because this guy is a piece of crap like the majority of the rest. Great bit on Stephen Colbert. Thank you for being honest, but he had to retract it, didn't he?
Yeah.
Big hour next on Outlaw Radio.
He always seems to know right where I'm at. My friend Jose, he likes to play. He's always up for anything I say. A little bit of red, a lot of bit of crown. Don't matter what it is, I'm gonna drink it down, down, down. The wine, the beer, the whiskey, are the only things that
this is Meatloaf. Okay, kids, you know what time it is? You know what time it is? It's Outlaw Radio time!
The most imitated radio station in the nation.
I'm through with standing in line for some fun to begin, but I found a good thing leaving me with a grin. It's time for Outlaw Radio to begin.
Tell me what you want.
You have the great Billy Gibbons here? Yeah.
It's very cool.
He
just passed out.
Yeah.
Hey, that didn't sound too bad.
Had to lighten them up, fly. Oh, man. We're here with Matt. Oh, yeah. Had to lighten up. Oh, little Outlaw Radio. We're here with Matt.
And he's not fat.
We got all these guys and girls in the house. Let me tell you, that's where it's at. And that's, ladies and gentlemen, Matt Allen. Pass me a gallon. Outlaw Radio.
Oh, yeah, mercy. Welcome back to the Big Dog of Broadcasting, known as Outlaw Radio, spitting distance from Hollywood. I'm Magic Matt. This is a song that, you know, some songs you love and they burn out.
Yeah.
This song never burned out. Never.
It'll live forever.
There's a couple songs. I mean, most ZZ Top, man. 3 chords that somehow live on forever because they're pure brilliance.
Yeah.
Same thing for Leonard Skinner and Sweet Home Alabama, and Freebird. Yeah. Love them all. This hour, man. This is the hour. I hope you showed up late to the show today because this is the hour that you're going to remember. This is the hour that I play you this, and it's a shorty. It's about 22 seconds, maybe 28 seconds. Hershey's woke fail, man. A boycott calls after casting transgender activists in International Women's Day promo, which I'll play for you, and I'm in the mood, man. I am in the mood. This is no holds barred. I'm ripping
cage match.
I'm ripping these a-holes a new one this hour. I've just had it up to here. Plus, Greta Thunberg. Gloves are off, Greta.
Dare you?
Yeah, Greta.
How dare you?
Gloves are off.
I loathe bananas. I hate Magic Matt's Outlaw Radio.
Yeah.
It's disgusting.
Greta, gloves are off.
Cage match.
Yeah.
With Greta? Poor girl.
But first, hold on. I've got more than that. I mean, this is jam-packed. Hold on.
How dare you?
How dare you?
Hold on. Tennessee governor to ban drag shows despite photo of him dressed in drag. This is, and that I'll get into, and I think he's gone too far. So I think this Tennessee governor has gone too far, but considering the source, I think it's from like an MSN or some friggin' source.
Yeah.
So I don't really have the facts. I haven't sussed out the facts. And if you check the complete binary facts on this, I may be wrong, and the Tennessee governor may be correct.
He's getting hammered for this.
Because they love to pick and choose. The left loves to pick and choose. I mean, they talk about that great governor of Florida, you know, and that he's so anti-transgender. No, he's not. Not in any way, shape, or form.
No.
And this anti-gay bill, it was never an anti-gay bill. Ever.
Give it up for yourself.
Yay!
Yeah.
Yay! Let's be men and dress up like females because, yay, that's normal. That's normal, right?
That's how I was raised.
Today.
Yeah. And P.S. We don't care. Dress as a female all you want. But, you know, and should it be illegal in public? No, I don't think that should be illegal. I think you should express yourself, you know.
Hold on, man. I got to adjust my thong.
Yeah, as nutty as you want to appear. I don't care. I mean, show it off.
Show it off.
But God, I mean, Thailand, isn't that the home of the Lady Boys?
Oh boy, man! I've heard stories after stories from my buddies.
Oh yeah, you've heard, right, Mart?
I've never been to Thailand.
Well, I can tell you he's never been there.
Nudge, nudge.
Never been to Thailand. What's that, Billy? I've never been to Thailand.
But first, Bryan Cranston.
You're off air, dude.
My favorite, least favorite lefty, silences MAGA supporters with why the slogan is racist. Breaking Bad star, and I'm probably the only dude on the planet that didn't get into the show, and I watched about 20 episodes, and I understood it. And I was enjoying it, and then it just became the same crap over and over and over for me. Well,
you missed it.
I know.
I never watched one episode.
Oh no!
You really?
Never. But I did watch Better Call Saul.
Yeah.
Which
that was a spinoff.
It led into it too.
But what I'm saying is, Dave, I
Mark,
got so hard sucked into this.
Right.
It really was a great show.
Mark, you're a simpleton.
Well, I was part of that kind of a drug scene for a while back in the day.
I appreciate that.
Wait a minute, you're talking about last week.
Hold on a second. My brother, my brother Mark just glossed over that. I appreciate that. But here's the thing. I wasn't immersed in this. It wasn't my favorite show. I don't look back and say, there's not a chance in hell I'll ever watch another episode. I enjoyed the 15 or so that I watched. But then it was like, and you're right, I was never into drugs. I've never been into drugs. And so it didn't enlighten me. It didn't help me understand the culture. I don't care about it. If you're doing drugs, keep it to yourself. Shut the F up and I don't know, fall off a cliff.
All you got to know, why fall off a cliff? All you got to know,
because if you're that into meth,
well, no, of course,
then you're a nutbag.
And our buddy Machete,
you're ruining your life.
Our buddy Machete, Danny Trejo, was in a couple of episodes, which
I saw them and they were great.
Yeah, I mean, anyway, it was just well done.
So
well cast.
Yes, I know, Mark. That's what you think. I don't. I just think
that's being a majority of people.
And anybody? Did I not say that in the outset that I'm one of those rare people that didn't get into it?
You are a rare person.
God darn, Martin, you are redundant.
God darn, you're rare.
Well, stop being redundant.
Stop being rare. And just go deep fry something.
Hey, Matt, don't ever stop being rare.
You know what my friends think of me? They think of me as medium rare. Brian, Mark, don't give me sympathy laughter because you want to get off the hook.
Is that sympathy? Oh, what are you talking? You got some weird crap spewing in your head, dude. That has nothing to do with it. Well, no, he's been deep frying too much.
By the way, that is true.
He's been deep frying. He's been deep frying way too much.
Bryan Cranston silences MAGA supporters with why the slogan is racist. Breaking Bad star. That's how this all started a few minutes ago.
Wow.
Bryan Cranston.
The show that sucks, apparently.
He never said that.
I never said it sucks. Bryan.
But you said you're medium rare.
He said he never got into it.
Shut up, Dave.
Nope, I will not.
Bryan Cranston had a stern statement for MAGA supporters when he opened up on the racism behind the Trump-associated slogan. Cranston, and in my opinion, Cranston, all you need to know, supports critical race theory, CRT, being taught in schools. And he made his feelings known during a new CNN interview. Yeah, if you want the real news, boy, CNN is, that's your place in the sun.
Yep.
This is Bryan Cranston on CNN. It's a quickie.
The Make America Great Again. My comment is, do you accept that could possibly be construed as a racist remark? And most people, a lot of people go, how could that be racist? Make America great again? I said, so just ask yourself from
Now, I want you to know that I understand what he's saying here. I completely understand.
Well,
but his view of this is so skewed and so ridiculous. But I do understand, because he's going to talk about, well, so and he doesn't say it, but what he's alluding to is, So the 60s, that was great. The time when we kept, quote unquote, the black man down.
That's what I was
The
gonna ask.
40s, 50s, 60s. So
Is that what he's saying?
Yes,
Yeah.
that's what he's alluding to. And of course, that's not what this slogan is. This is about Make America Great before Barack Obama.
This is about lower unemployment, raise wages,
yes,
live good. This is
right.
about
live the life
Yes.
of an American. Do for yourself. Make your life better, and it'll make you a better person. But of course, Bryan Cranston doesn't see it that way.
Well, not only is he
being a lefty, he sees everything from a racist point of view.
Right, that's what I was going to say.
That's
He's
what
a
he
lefty
does.
racist.
Okay, so more with Bryan Dumbass Cranston.
An African American experience. When was it ever great in America for
Pause.
African American?
How about now? How about over the last 40 years? Am I being bold by saying that? How about over the last 40 years, and certainly now in 2023, because being a white male at my age is the worst possible thing that could happen to me.
Yeah.
You talk about keeping the white man down? Oh, I am down. And P.S., equal rights for everyone. I believe in that 100%. And I'm glad that our black brethren aren't going through the crap they went through in the 60s.
We all are. Yeah, of course.
If you're a human being, you care about humans.
Yeah, humanity.
But that's not what Bryan Cranston here, that dumbass from Breaking Bad, a terrible TV show. Continue.
When was it great? So if you're making it great again, it's not including them.
The black.
So it's to teach us in the woke world to open up and accept the possibilities that our privilege has created blind spots for us.
Our privilege.
And maybe I
Is
haven't
that white privilege?
seen
Yes.
what is really happening.
Yes.
Come on.
Yes, that's what he's talking about, white privilege.
A-hole.
I mean, whether being a white man years ago was a privilege, maybe that's true.
Driving is a privilege.
But it ain't that way today.
No.
And the great thing about America is it seems that for many years we have gotten better and better. And that racial divide was smaller and smaller.
Well, it was.
But the left, it's the only thing they have to hang their effing political hat on.
Yeah, but he also became racist with that statement.
Of course he did.
But it's okay.
Or not became. He probably just
Do you
did.
understand, Tattoo Dave? It's okay for the left to be racist.
No, it's not
because
okay.
because they're not. But don't you understand? They're not racist. See,
Well-
they're just telling it like it is. The downtrodden.
You know what? Having never have heard that until just now, I knew that's where it was going, and I knew that's what you were going to say.
Well, Dave, I all of a sudden hate that show, Breaking Bad.
See, I told
wait a minute. You were just loving it.
Well, just listen to him. No, it doesn't take back from the show. But what a douche.
But this
Right?
is the guy that believes in critical race theory. This is being taught in our schools. And what is critical race theory? It is white man bad. Period. That's it. That's it. I mean, there's no more to it than that.
Well, there's this.
Give it up for yourself.
Yeah.
Well, Matt, I mean, the thing is also, well, just to overstate again, like you said several times.
So don't overstate it, Art. Parents withdraw 4-year-old boy from school's World Book Day over gender identity lessons. Jesus. The parents of a 4-year-old boy withdrew from his school's World Book Day in a row over. So this must be in Great Britain, because what is a row over? I know what a comb over is, but a row over what they claimed were confusing and harmful gender identity lessons. Stephen and Joanne Evans objected to the book, My Shadow is Pink, saying it could plant the idea in young minds that children might be born into the wrong body. Now, I say this often because it's true. Consider the source. I'm reading this from a lefty liberal rag. So understand that I'm reading this verbatim from a lefty viewpoint. And even they can't gloss over the fact that it's a crock of crap to teach your little child in school that they have an intergender identity, and that's their true self. Talk about screwing up our children. I mean, kids have it tough enough, man. There are boys, there are girls, there are females, there are males. But to tell them that there was a possibility that, well, no, you could be a female, but mommy, I don't have a vagina. Oh, that matters not.
We'll give you one,
says Bryan Cranston. That matters not. The book, which is sold as appropriate for three-year-olds, explores the world of a boy who feels uncomfortable with male stereotypes. In it, the father tells his son, "Your shadow is pink. I see now it's true. It's not just your shadow, it's your innermost you." When Mr. and Mrs. Evans were told their child's class would be using My Shadow is Pink for World Book Day, they asked for permission to withdraw from St. Mary's Church of England. Yeah, I knew it was had to be British, because this, their terminology is a little odd.
Yeah, I've never heard that word over.
They say other parents also raised the concerns about the book being used. Do you understand we're talking about a 3-year-old being taught this?
It's unbelievable.
That you're not necessarily male, even though you have a penis. You're not necessarily female, even though you have a vagina. The policy group Transgender Trend has criticized My Shadow is Pink as one of the number of books for primary school of children that promote the idea that changing appearance through opposite sex clothes and hair length changes natal sex. Mr. and Mrs. Evans said, as soon as we saw what was being planned on the class app, we were shocked and knew something was not right. We are not alone in believing that the book is confusing and it is not appropriate for 4-year-olds, especially in a Christian school. Christian and non-Christian parents have raised concerns, but the head teacher has ignored it because teachers, by and large, are A, female, and B, lefty bad people.
My daughter's not a bad person.
Mart, what is everyone talking about you?
She's a school
Mart,
teacher.
in your head, is everyone talking about you?
In your head, that's all you. Is
everyone,
you,
Mart,
and that's what it's all
is
about.
Is everyone talking about
in
you
my head?
or
I don't
your
hear.
family?
I don't hear. No, what I'm saying is my daughter's a school teacher.
Right.
My daughter. Shut the f up, Billy. Shut up.
Do you see what happens on this show?
Shut up.
That's my brother who cannot control himself.
Because he just driving me nuts today.
Okay, stop it, Marta. We're going to have to cut your mic. And I don't want
cut the mic. Do it, Matt, because you're God. Play God again, bro. Do it, bro.
Mart, only if you'll be clever and creative and from week to week change.
Yeah, I know.
Change what you say about me being God. Come up with something.
Oh, no, I'm going to use that every week.
All right. They added, we want the hierarchy to step in and do more to protect the rights and beliefs of not just Christian parents, but all parents who do not want their children exposed to transgender propaganda. And this is happening in England. A very left point of view normally coming from this part of the world, and they've had enough.
We've had enough of this.
Mr. and Mrs. Evans, who were supported by Christian Concern, have now written to the Church of England's Chief Education Officer, Nigel Genders, what a name,
yeah,
to raise the issue. The St. Mary's head teacher, Alicia Lewis, granted Mr. and Mrs. Evans permission to withdraw their child. Boy, that's big of them, but defended the use of the book for primary school children as encouraging the idea that difference is a positive thing. It's not necessarily a positive thing. So you're telling me that if a kid has evil thoughts about killing animals or their classmates, because that's a difference, that's a positive thing, you idiots? Because they have a different point of view, that's always a positive thing? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. In a letter to the couple, Mrs. Lewis said the primary focus of the story is not gender identity. The boy in the story doesn't change his gender, nor is there any reference to him wanting to. The main theme of the book, as referenced by the author himself, is one of gender stereotyping, and the book was written when his own son came home upset after being told by another child that he couldn't wear an Elsa dress at nursery because he was a boy. Tough friggin' cookies. You're a boy. You're not wearing a dress. All right? What if you're Mart? What if your son? I don't have a son. I have a daughter. What if your son came home as a 3-year-old and he was pissed off because he was told by classmates he couldn't wear a dress? Would he have been exiled from your home earlier?
Probably.
All right. And by the way,
I have two sons.
Mart, you're a nasty parent. Can't you be more forgiving and understand that inside your son is pink?
Hold on, can't you understand that a 3-year-old doesn't know what he's talking about?
Of course, they're a 3-year-old, Tattoo Dave.
Dave, the worst part of that is, I mean, my ex would have put up with that.
Yeah, of course.
Absolutely.
You would have too.
Of course.
No, I would not have, Dave.
No,
I would not have.
No. I don't believe. Hey, Tattoo Dave, I don't believe my brother Mark would have put up with it.
Not for a second.
I'm petting his mic.
I grew up hunting and fishing, and I'm kind of that guy.
Wait, hold on a second. Nothing says that the garb of a dress would in any way interfere with your hunting or fishing.
Well,
as a male.
But
I just want you to
Billy, when I chime in, you have to chime in.
Mart. Damn. Hey, Mart, can you stay focused?
No, because I can't because of that.
Because you have ADD, then curb it. Work on it.
No, I don't. He does.
No, you do.
Everybody's entitled to their opinion, Marty. Come on.
Oh, really? Okay, if he's on the show, he's not really on the show.
Oh, that's
but every time I talk, he's blabbing in my ear.
Okay. Billy Dilly is our HR man. And P.S., he did something you never did, and I never did, and Dave never did, and Mark C.G. Boyer.
He fought for our country.
He defended our country as a military man, as a Marine, hoorah. So I will give him the benefit, no matter how obnoxious he is, I will give him the benefit of the doubt.
I won't.
See what happened there? That was a double-edged sword.
Yes, it was.
I know. Sort of throwing him under the bus.
Hold on, Marty. Turn the tables. What if your daughter at 3 years old came in and said, I want to be a boy?
Well, it's the same thing, Dave.
You
I would not accept any of that.
No, I agree. Mrs. Lewis added, the very fact that the shadows are pink and blue are a stereotype in itself and reinforces a concept that is present within even our youngest children in reception. The dad in My Shadow is Pink demonstrates that acceptance comes from a place of love, and we want every child in our school to recognize that they should show love to others in the same way. Wrong. There are idiot sticks in this world, and the poor kid, the poor boy who doesn't understand about wearing a dress, wouldn't that take about 30 seconds? Well, son, you're a boy. Boys wear a pantsuit like Hillary Clinton. Girls will wear a dress. Or in Scotland, there are those who wear the kilt.
The kilt.
Now, I defy you to in a bar or in any venue, talking to a man in a kilt and making fun of his kilt. He may knife you right in the friggin' stomach.
Oh, yeah.
Because that is something that you're brought up with a knife in the sock.
Or in the kilt.
Sunroof top, digging the scene with a gangster lean.
They carry knives.
Wow, that was...
Oh, yeah.
Come on. Come on, Matt.
Well, I guess what I'm saying is be thankful for what you got. Be thankful for what you got.
Nope, I want to change it.
What?
Nope, I want to change it.
You want to change it?
Yeah,
of course.
I've decided.
Yeah, because that's what's going on in today's world. It's like that's right and wrong, but we don't like right and wrong. And we'll get into the epitome of right and wrong and dumb bolts.
No.
I can't. Okay, now I'm back.
Yeah, Mart.
You were never gone.
No, he didn't. Mart,
Yeah,
God, stop being so sensitive.
I promise
Are
I
you,
didn't.
Mart? You wear a dress, don't you?
Yes.
Okay. At least he admits it, and you're a better man for that.
How about a nice floral dress today?
I mean, and by the way, not one to boast, in a Laura Ashley flower print,
You look kind of gorgeous.
Oh my God, am I sexy?
Yeah, but your legs are hairy.
Oh,
wait. You got a problem with that?
I do.
Oh, so you got a problem with hairy legs,
but not armpits. I know where you're going.
No, you don't know where I'm going.
No.
What I'm saying is, be thankful for what you got.
Right, hairy armpits.
Sunroof top, digging the scene with a gangster lean. All right, when we return, I'm finally going to dive into Greta Thunberg.
I hate this show.
And just imagine how our listener and viewer thinks about it.
They love us.
By the way, please have another drink. We're much better when you're intoxicated. And the Smithsonian planning to include trans women in an upcoming Museum of American Women. Yeah. Oh, wait, there's more. Hershey's hit with backlash. I've got this promo that will curl your hair because it did mine. And now I have little curlies on the back of my neck. We'll be this after back. Why? Because I'm so pretty. Next on Outlaw Radio.
I lie awake. I've gone to ground. I'm watching porn in my hotel dressing gown. And now I dream of you, but I still believe there's only enough for one in this lonely hotel suite.
laboratories. With over 200 research workers, academic staff, and PhD students worked around the clock 7 days a week for 9 years. And today, we deliver broadcasting from atomic scale components. 21st century technology, talk, stars, and subliminal messaging. Motivating, stimulating, mildly erotic, 24/7. Outlaw Radio.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Letting my feminine side out, dancing with my hands above my head. Sylvester. You know, he was one of the original gay dudes in disco, and I love this song. That's why it's a part of the show. I love this song.
Well, when you have your...
See, we are not haters, man. I mean, we say live and let live. Gay, straight, black, white, Asian. The Irish, though, we do have a problem.
A little bit.
Yeah, the Irish. Always a problem with the Irish.
So, Matt, when you have your hands in the air, do you care?
I just don't care.
Yeah,
wave them. Wave them.
That's why I wave them. Hey, welcome back to the big growly dog of broad chasing, meant to say casting, Outlaw Radio live from the Lighten Up Lounge. Heard and viewed on Rumble.com. They are the truth lovers. That's a platform that we adore, Rumble.com. And then we have the fascist YouTube. We're also viewed, I guess for the time being, on YouTube at Magic Matt's Outlaw Radio. You'll find it, but you have to punch it in exactly because they do everything, including when we billboard the show. The time I put on there is the exact time, which is 3:10 Pacific on a Saturday. They change the time to 11 o'clock at night. So
11:10, wasn't it?
Yeah, whatever the hell it is, they change the time. So they do everything in their power. So do everything in your power if you're a freedom fighter, if you're a lover of the United States of America, to stuff it right up their tuchus. If you don't mind me using a little Yiddish, I'm an honorary Jew, so I feel free to do such a thing. And subscribe to Magic Matt's Outlaw Radio on YouTube and Rumble.com. I think on Rumble it's a follow thing. So follow us. And we will always tell you the truth. Not the truth as we feel it should be, but the black and white truth of things. And I appreciate those who have found us after all these years. Tattoo Dave, there, I guess a posting on, I think it is Rumble.
Yeah.
And who is it?
Pure Energy 71.
And Pure Energy posts what?
Brash, ash, spirits, and cultural spit with relevant content and a great vibe. Keep up the great work, gentlemen.
I got to tell you, that's something I may have to steal and use instead of we drink, we smoke, we interrupt.
I mean, that is great.
Hey, Pure Energy.
You.
Pure Energy. That's friggin' brilliant. Tell your friends or tell those who, in fact, tell your enemies that we're a big leftist organization and to subscribe to us. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that way, maybe they'll do it. And then I notice on YouTube on occasion, we'll build the subscription, and we are on our way to 1 billion subscribers. But we'll build it up, and then the next day we'll lose a subscriber because I think it's someone who finally discovered the definition of what we do, and that is that we're not woke. And I think some little Gen Z finally discovered that, well, that's not my cup of tea, but they took the time to unsubscribe. Well, don't unsubscribe. Subscribe to Magic Matt's Outlaw Radio on Rumble.com and YouTube. Greta Thunberg, our favorite little dip-ass.
I love Outlaw Radio.
Yeah, she blocks a door to Norway Energy Ministry over a refusal to take down wind turbines. This.
What? Whoa.
Oh, yeah. Follow me on this.
Yeah, man.
This is the best. She blocks the door to Norway Energy Ministry over refusal to take down wind turbines.
Wow.
That would have been a good shot for Dave to throw in.
How dare you?
Right?
How dare you?
Am I wrong about this?
How dare you?
187.
How dare you?
187. You don't have to look at your page, just 187.
You don't need it. I'm doing it. Right? You don't need it. Right,
How
Mark?
dare you?
How dare you?
Yeah.
I had the other one.
Here's the other one I enjoy. I enjoy this one even more. Okay, this is Greta. How difficult can it be, Dave?
Oh, because you made me change it.
What?
I hate Magic Matt.
Yeah, quiet.
All right.
This is all wrong. I shouldn't be up here. I should be back in school on the other side of the ocean.
Was that it?
Yeah.
Boy, she is so dramatic. And
Well, man, she's got a quivery voice too. She's very nervous.
By the way, yeah, she grew up on Hogwarts, right?
Of
that,
course.
right?
I need my broom to fly around on.
Yeah, wouldn't she be a furry? I don't know if she's ever admitted it, but you know she wears big furry costumes.
Something's going on there.
Greta, who says, yeah, I shouldn't be here. You're right, Greta, you shouldn't. You should be in school. Who the hell is keeping you out of school? Who's making you yak? Is it your parents who are benefiting from this financially? Because especially here in the United States of America, oh my God, organizations will pay your way and put you up in the top-notch hotels and pay your food. The per diems for Greta and her family must be through the roof.
How dare them?
How dare them? Greta has been taking part
How dare you?
in a 5-day protest blocking the entrance to Norway's energy ministry to protest against wind turbines. Miss Thunberg was specifically demonstrating against wind turbines built on land traditionally used by indigenous Sami reindeer herders. So she...
This is all wrong.
Yeah, it is wrong. Indigenous rights, human rights must go hand in hand with climate protection and climate action. That can't happen at the
You sound so ridiculous.
That can't happen at the expense of some people. Then it's not climate justice, she said, while sitting outside the ministry's main entrance with other demonstrators. You know, okay, not that I ever saw the movie Caligula, but if you recall, in the
one of my favorite movies.
in the field when they were chopping off all those heads, that big meat grinding thing that went across the field.
Right.
I think that would take care of these protesters.
Sure.
Just a big old, and by the way, should be powered by wind turbines.
Yeah. Of course. Naturally, that's what it
Whoop,
should.
lopped another one off. Lopped another one.
Should be back in school.
Yeah, you
on the
should.
Other side of the ocean.
You should be back in school
on the other side of the ocean.
But it's like we're not buying your crap. And I was going to say we're not buying your crap anymore. I never bought it.
Well,
I
Matt,
never bought it.
didn't she
But I was being nice to her because she's on the spectrum. Well, enough already. You're old enough to know better. Shut up. And your parents, screw them. Screw them, Greta Thunberg.
Didn't she predict the end of the world like a long time ago?
That's AOC. That's Al Gore.
Yeah.
That's fill in the blank over the last 50 years. Yeah, within 7 to 11 years. Could you turn on Mark's mic and hit the mic, do whatever it takes? Yes, talk to me.
I figured out why they have the wrong time for our show. It's Greenwich Mean Time.
That's what I said earlier.
I didn't hear that.
Okay, don't ever stop down my subject matter to talk about something I was speaking of 6 minutes ago. Don't ever do that again. Norway's Supreme Court in 2021 ruled, Jesus.
Non-pros.
God,
He's defending them. He's defending them.
But you don't know, and that was important to interrupt that YouTube is, of course, posting the wrong. Man, if I were trying to listen to this show, I wouldn't, and I don't blame you for tuning out minutes ago.
Right now.
I don't blame you. In fact, you're not there anymore, so I know we're talking to ourselves. So we'll continue doing a show for us in an 1876 Virginia City, Nevada style
We've done
bar.
it for 20 years. Let's keep it up.
Reindeer herders in the Nordic country say the sight and sound of the giant wind power machinery frighten their animals and disrupt age-old traditions. Ms. Thunberg and a dozen other Sami, S-A-M-I, demonstrators have occupied the ministry reception for 5 days. Police forcibly removed them at around 1:30 a.m. on a Monday, detained them before releasing them. Why release them? Put them in the big house. I mean, why release these people? They returned to the ministry around 6 a.m. You see? You reap what you sow. You let them out. And then a few hours later, my God, they're like little maggots. They're cockroaches. The protesters wore their traditional costume, often called a gakti, inside out as a sign of protest. The ministry said the ultimate fate of the wind farms is a complex legal quandary, despite the Supreme Court ruling, and is hoping to find a compromise.
It's scaring my chickens.
My
chickens are very nervous.
Little loud! The court's verdict did not say what should happen next to the 151 turbines, which can power some 100,000 Norwegian homes, or what should happen to the dozens of anyway.
My pigs are shaking.
By the way, let's stick with miles. You know, they tried this with us when we were kids in school, this kilometer crap.
Yeah, shut up.
Yeah, well, that just didn't stick.
Canada, okay.
Didn't stick. Fine.
Let's just go with knots.
Yeah. We understand that this case is a burden for the reindeer herders.
Reindeer herders.
The Minister of Energy and Petroleum said in a statement to Who Cares, the ministry will do what it can to contribute to resolving this case, and that it'll not take longer than necessary, he added. And speaking of trans women...
And reindeers.
Smithsonian planning to include trans women in an upcoming Museum of American Women. Trans women. In an upcoming Museum of American Women. Now, you know that I'm assuming you know that it's National Women's Month, the month of February. The Smithsonian...
That's 'cause it's the shortest month.
By the way... No, March. I'm sorry, it's March.
Okay.
I forgot that we were out of March. It's March. And so I will tell you, Smithsonian, you're not getting my Johnny Carson couch now. We were in negotiations. They wanted to display it.
Matt,
I have it from the last 10 years of The Tonight Show, the Johnny Carson Tonight Show couch. By the way, for any of you enjoying Outlaw Radio right now would like to purchase that from me, I am happy to sell it to you. Yes, Mart?
If the Smithsonian was going to offered you like $150,000, would you take it?
Not enough. You
take it.
150. Denying comedy. Mart is the king of denying comedy.
Oh, the
so
king
I
of
say
comedy.
I say no, and then he says you'll take it. Where do you go from there? Comedically, where do you go from there?
I don't know.
Yeah, okay, I do.
Genius.
I do know.
You're genius.
Yes, and it's a blessing and a freaking curse because I have to put up with people like you.
Okay, that's fantastic.
With high... bitch. And yes, I can say that on terrestrial. With high dollar donors, including Melinda Gates, Tory Burke, together
He's a little frustrated.
Together we'll create a museum that celebrates the women who have helped this country. We're taking important steps in the development of the museum, but they're getting backlash. The museum is only in the planning stages and has not picked a site, according to the museum's interim director, Lisa Sasaki. The Times noted the immediate future of the project is still in flux. The director added their initial ideas to organize around themes including women in politics, but they're talking about putting trans women in, and they're not real. They're not real women. They're not real women. I mean, this is talk about backlash. My God, you beautiful, and I do mean beautiful because I covet your bodies. Lovely females, I covet you as beautiful, even though why do women wear lipstick and perfume? Because they smell bad and they're ugly. But aside from that, now see, that's a joke, my friends. When you try to pin that on me, that's a classic. It's been around for years. We have a job to build a museum that's going to serve the public for a very long time, Sasaki reportedly said. From the DNA of this museum, there's been a desire to be inclusive. Stop it with your freaking inclusiveness.
Matt, can you imagine?
A woman is a woman is a woman. It's Women's History Month. It's your month. They're trying to eliminate females from this planet.
Can you imagine our children?
You're a special breed. You're a beautiful female.
Yes.
Don't put up with this crap anymore from these heinous pieces of S.
At a museum, what I'm saying is I just pictured the really young generation, like the ones that aren't even born
It's
yet.
happening now, Mark.
No, what I'm saying is they're going to go to this museum and go, oh, that's what this is. Oh, this is what I'm learning. I'm learning that.
No, it's all about regendering. It's all about
sickness.
It's all about changing our memories. It's all about changing history.
Yeah.
changing
It's
the
the woke.
books, the great James Bond books, the Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
Yeah.
I mean, it's Raoul Julia. Well, that's not his name, but you okay. Raoul Julia, by the way, one of the great actors who died way too young, if I may be so bold. And if you haven't seen the movie that he starred in, I thought it was his greatest work, The Tempest, with Molly Ringwald. Now you're going to think, Molly Ringwald, what is that, a teenager movie? No, not in any way, shape, or form. But it's a brilliant movie. And I get nothing for promoting this movie except I do love the fact that you watch the movie and you may think of Magic Matt on Outlaw Radio and say to yourself, man, that Matt was right. You know, he's not a dress-wearing male.
No.
Although, I don't care if you do, man. I'm wearing Joan and David pumps right this second.
That's weird, because so am I.
See, you can't see them, but that's who we are. All right, I'll finally get to this Hershey friggin' Women's Day promo. Speaking of March and the month that we cater and we put women up on a pedestal, and no, don't say it. Don't be rude and say it so we can look up their dress. Next on Outlaw.
Now we return to Outlaw Radio's Demons of Decadence.
Oh, yeah. Welcome back, my friends.
We got winners.
Oh, we got losers. Haggy broads and boozers.
We got
Oh, man.
We got backers.
Okay, we need to either make this show longer or get our act together and
get way drunk before we start.
And take our 2 hours of content and put it into 4 hours. Okay, all right. Listen, I say that tongue in cheek. I have plenty of content, including Did we spear Greta Thunberg enough in the last break?
How
Okay.
dare you do that to me?
I've had it with that dumb broad. Okay, just
I hate you too.
Make sure I'm up there because I'm not loud enough, Dave. So you got to be consistent with the volumes. That's one of now I am. That's one of the portions. Now you know why Lori Downey Jr. left me.
Yep.
Because Dave is thinking, oh God, I can't put up with this.
No. Guess what? She's so much better than me.
It's not.
Well, she is.
Oh, is he kissing her ass?
Yeah, something's going on there.
So, yeah, I think Dave's going after my ex.
Oh, my gosh. What do you mean now? He always has.
Oh, has he?
Wow. Oh, yeah.
Well, he's been
hitting on her for a long time.
He's a heterosexual male. Do I blame him? No, I don't.
Yeah, but Matt, he will. Yeah, anything that
well, good for
moves.
him. Well,
you know, there's an old saying.
Yeah, what is that?
Bros before.
Hose?
No, because he can't. Well, hose, but he can't. He couldn't even remember it.
I know he couldn't.
All right, here we go. That's because he doesn't believe in it.
Can you see me flipping you off?
Hershey's hit with a backlash. Boycott calls. I love this. I love this. It seems like, part of me says, okay, America and the world, they're finally starting to get it. This is a boycott after casting transgender activists in International Women's Day. Women's Day. That would be females. Women's Day. The month of March is the entire month, and I have no problem with dedicating this to lovely females who protrude birth. They give life. This is something that I find spectacular, and I use the word amazing.
Amazing.
The only time I use this word, childbirth, that is amazing. Ladies, thank God you're on this planet. No matter how evil you can be to my brother Mark and my own self and Tattoo Dave.
And Mark Boy, I guess.
I don't know. He never.
I knew you were going to
No. Yeah. Hershey's has been hit with backlash and boycott calls after casting a transgender activist in an International Women's Day promo video. The chocolate manufacturer, they're out of Pennsylvania, not far from where I used to do a radio show there in Philadelphia.
Have you ever been to the Hershey's
Yeah,
factory?
it's cool. It's cool as hell. But I will tell you that they're one of these woke companies that I won't have anything to do with, and now I will not eat their product. The chocolate manufacturer brought back its...
Whoa, wait a minute. Will you deep fry a Hershey bar?
The chocolate manufacturer brought back its She chocolate bar on March 1st for International Women's Day, but a biological male presented the candy bar in Hershey's advertising campaign in Canada. As you may have already seen in your local convenience store, you can find special edition Hershey chocolate bars with our faces on them. John Stone tweeted, "This is the guy who," and do I need to tell you, I mean, you simply hear the voice and you'll know it's a man doing that I can't even do it anymore, but that whole sort of lispy thing, and it's like I'm a male, but I'm putting on the... See, if it's not organic, and you have to put this thing on and talk like this because you're now a girl, but you're not really a girl, you're a guy because you have to put this on. See, when females speak, they don't have to put that on because they're females. And that's the timbre of their voice.
Right.
They don't have to change their voice because they're females. So this is that Women's Day promo. And no, I don't really have to tell you, although I already have. You can tell by the voice. And dressed, I think, in a dress and a wig and just looking like a really ugly guy dressed as a female. I mean, a really atrocious, friggin' fugly guy dressed as a woman. Here we go.
Stone, I'm the executive director of Wisdom to Action. We can create a world where everyone is able to live in public space as their honest and authentic selves. See the woman changing how we see the future at Hershey's Canada.
Canada.
But let's listen one more time so you can really take in that why do you all so you want to be your own selves, then why do you all sound the same? Every single one of these transgenders or transsexuals, and call me on it, Mark, Tattoo Dave, Mark, call me on it if you think I'm wrong. Don't they all have the same voice?
Of course.
They all sound like this, and it's all the same voice. It's a man doing sort of a lisp.
And the cadence and everything.
Everything. So one more time for this really ugly guy dressed as a female.
My name is Faye Johnstone. I'm the executive director of Wisdom to Action. We can create a world where everyone is able to live in public space as their honest and authentic selves. See the woman changing how we see the future at Hershey's, Canada.
I just
Give it up for yourself.
Yeah.
There's another one. It sounds the same.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Because.
I just want to, I'm laughing with inside my
So now Hershey's has been hit with a backlash of boycott calls. And by the way, women have had enough of this crap. They have had enough of this S. The Hershey's promo video ends up getting blowback, and some of the comments, you get the feeling that these companies always despised women. That's from a woman who can't stand this crap. They were just waiting for the right moment to stick it to us. One Twitter user reacted. Another one says, a biological man fronts the new Hershey's campaign celebrating women for International Women's Day. Another tweeted, this is misogyny at its finest. A real slap in the face to actual women. Yes, it is. Yeah. Hey, Hershey's, this isn't a woman, and you lost my business for choosing a person that makes a mockery of what makes us real women special. That's from a Twitter user. Dear Hershey's, couldn't you find a real woman? I mean, out of the billions of women out there, surely one of us real women would have been a better choice. Another one said, what a slap in the face to women on International Women's Day. Another reacted, we're tired of playing make-believe with you freaks. There are billions of women that could have been the face of this ad, but you chose a dude LARPing as a woman. Shameful. Yes. Hey, ladies, you have a major voice. You ladies have a much larger voice than us males. Nobody listens to us anymore. Ladies, put the friggin' hammer down on these. And by the way, this is a quote, freaks. Put the hammer down. Put the hammer down. Don't take this crap anymore. You are a beautiful female. You have done significantly just by virtue of being able to push a child out of that beautiful orifice of yours.
Man.
Okay, have I degraded it? I'm not meaning to. My thanks to Tattoo Dave, my brother Mark C.G. Boyer, HR man Billy Dilly, and my own self, Magic Matt. Until next week, and there will be a next week, don't forget, bumblebees can't fly. Well, see, that would have hit the post if you just would have, hit me now.
It's Saturday night and I'm just hanging out, looking for a place to party. I jumped into my ride and I hit the road, 'cause there's only one place to go, down to the nightclub. Ooh, women be ride, just get ready and put to the nightclub. We go bump city, sitting by the dance floor, checking it out, watching the man with the fast feet. Got the hippest threads in the bad boogaloo, the big old bag of tricks. Down to the nightclub, you can get what you want if you know how to ride to the nightclub. Ooh, we be slick, and all the people be bumping at Bump City. The joint be jumping at Bump City. The mama be humming at Bump City. Hey, while the band be pumping, shut the band be pumping. The beat be something. Wow, what time, y'all? The night's almost gone and we're still going strong. The party's been so hearty. I hope it doesn't show while I'm driving down the road that I had too much to drink. Down to the nightclub. Well, if you got the dough, the liquor will flow to the nightclub. Try on a drunk, down to the nightclub. We go bump, down to the nightclub. We slick, down to the nightclub. We go bump, down to the nightclub. Try on a drunk, down to the nightclub. down to the nightclub. Ooh, the women be ratchet, they're ready and burning to the nightclub. We go bump, 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 bump city.